Hey, 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 hey. How are you? Why is my chair so loud? Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Um, I am exhausted from both work and my Discord. So thank you all so much for being here. I'm going to do a quick opening. This is a Tuesday, so there shouldn't be a live stream, but I just wanted to do there. Oh, loving the mock neck shirt, Themis. It's cute or whatever. Period. Thank you. So let's do a quick intro, right? Pre-show. So yesterday, the New York Post did an article. I don't know why. This is not about what we're doing today, but I needed to bring this to you. The New York Post had an article about Beyonce and some half brother, and its title. Let me show you what this is titled. My son is Beyonce's half brother and wonders why she doesn't love him. It might have something to do with the fact that her dad cheated on her mom and produced this child. Now, that poor child did not do anything to anyone. It is what it is. But I will speak, if I were Beyonce, I would speak to you at my own discretion. Yep, I would speak to it at my own discretion, and I probably would never speak to you. I probably would never speak to you. And it's not your fault. And I can appreciate that it's not your fault. But you and I would not be family. Like, maybe my heart would warm up at some point, but no. I was going to go, let's read some of the article. I actually want to get done before 9 o'clock so I can go to the gym. Hey, I'm here for the mess. Oh, thank you, Wake Up Makeup. Thank you for being here for the mess. Let's read some of it. So it said, the boy just wants to be loved. I hate New York Post. I don't know why I'm giving them clicks. Anyway, while his big sister's buzzing around the globe on her Renaissance World Tour, Beyonce's 13-year-old half-brother, who spent his formative years living in a trailer with mom, Alexandra Wright, questions why the Why Don't You Love Me singer won't show him any affection, claims the teen's mother. So the mother is the one telling the story about what is happening to his son. Sounds like cloud chasing to me. He asks, why doesn't that person love me? Girl, why you tell her he related to Beyonce? This is the problem. So you are the problem, ma'am, woman, person. Why you tell him he related to Beyonce? I mean, to be fair, I would want to know if I'm related to Beyonce, and I would be on literally every platform screaming for Beyonce to acknowledge me. But you can't be mad. Right, 52, who lives in California, told the son of her son Nixon, who she shares with Beyonce's father and ex-manager Matthew Knowles, who is 71. Oh, oh, absolutely not. Still, Nixon has never had the luxury, not the luxury. You wanted the luxury. Is it the luxury you wanted? Anyway, Nixon has never had the luxury of being a normal child. Right? An LA based businesswoman continue. Being related to someone famous mothers kids like him and they lose their identity. Why did you tell him? I sit in the bathroom and cry sometimes because I just don't know how to help him be his own person. Well, you should have thought about that before having a child with a married man, but that's neither here nor there. You weren't in the marriage, so you owe no obligation. Like you were not in the marriage, so you owe no obligation to uphold this woman's vows. So I don't really care about you on that. But it's the expectation after dating a married man and having a child with a married man that the famous child of the married man that you were dating would try to come and form a relationship with your child. Girl, absolutely not. um Alexandra Wright, 52, claims her son, 13-year-old Nixon, whose father is Matthew Knowles, often asked why half sister Beyonce didn't want her, doesn't love him. Why don't you ask about Solange? Go meet Solange in an elevator from between the first and second floor, and ask Solange between the first and second floor of the elevator if she can love you. Ma'am, get a ticket master like the rest of us for the Renaissance. Period. Like, she want to go in the Club Renaissance and want to use the child to get to the Club Renaissance. No, you're gonna have to pay full price. Take out another mortgage. What do you mean? Follow, follow all our league and take out a loan. Go refinance the home. Do like us regular folks and take out loans. Right, a former public relations representative for Microsoft met Knowles in Seattle, Washington, while brokering a business deal for Beyonce in 2007. He said, "I'm going to stay in Seattle until you agree to have a drink with me," recalled Wright. And he stayed for, this is the dad, by the way, he stayed for 2 or 3 weeks until finally I said, fine. Soon after becoming acquainted, the pair embarked on an affair amid Noah's 31-year marriage with Beyonce mother, Tina. So you had a full-blown affair with this man while he was married. And again, you do not owe this man, or you did not owe Tina Knowles anything. You did not owe any of them anything because you didn't make a vow. But now you have a child. What do you mean? What do you mean? Throughout their nearly 2-year relationship, Wright says she didn't feel guilty. Oh, she didn't feel guilty for sleeping with a married man. I mean, she didn't make the vows, he did. So, period. I don't hate you for that, woman. I do not. I was not conflicted about the situation because his marriage was not a functioning marriage, she insisted. Girl, even if it was functioning, it doesn't matter. You are not the one who had vows. So we get it. You saw a rich man and you wanted to be a part of it. So that's fine. I don't make any judgment there. He was the one with the relationship. I don't think he told his family about me, said Wright. Duh. Admitting she mistook Noah's persistent advances for true love. It not you thinking it's true love while he married. Not you thinking you found your true love in a married man. this, this is so delusional. And the fact that she did an interview thinking that someone is going to be out here having pity is like ridiculous to me. CJ says, I'm judging her so hard. Where is it? Whew. I don't think he told his family about me. Oh, I just read that. Wright became pregnant with Nixon in May 2009. He was born in February 2010, and March 2010 DNA test proved that Knowles, they need to say Matthew Knowles, was in fact the boy's father. She said she ended her relationship with Knowles just before the music mogul who masterminded 90s girl group Destiny's Child was fired as his powerhouse daughter's manager in early 2011. You better come through, Beyonce. Look nothing like your daddy. Wright claimed that the father-daughter duo's professional parting of ways occurred after a financial audit prompted accusation of misappropriated funds against Knowles. So Matthew Knowles was allegedly stealing Beyonce's money. We had joint credit card. Not we had. Not you were a part of stealing Beyonce's money. I wish Beyonce see this, and instead of come meeting your child, she serve you. She just come and serve you a court order to get the money back. Talking about we had joint credit cards and bank accounts, and after the audit started, he just cut them off. She said, "I left him, and he didn't." He ever expect me to make that choice? Well, of course he expected it. If he cut you off financially, Beyonce, you need to go sue this woman and get you. She's out here crying about you not meeting the child, but I feel like you should be suing. You should be suing. She's a part of the misappropriation of your funds. I ended it because I'm better than that. Better than. So you ended it after he financially cut you off because you were better than. I don't know. A year long, 250,000 child support dispute left right bankrupt. Oh, she went bankrupt fighting to get child support. And without a roof over her head, Matthew Knowles does not pay right child support and never met Nixon. Oh, wait, how did they get this DNA test? How did they get this DNA test? Because what? Through the help of homeless charity, she and the Todd temporarily resided in two-bedroom mobile home before ultimately moving in with friend Moesha actress Shar Jackson, 46. That's awful. I don't know. That's sad. That's really sad. And not sad enough for me to give money if I were Beyonce. I would feel bad if I were Beyonce, but out of principle, I could not. I could not intervene, nor could I help. I am so sorry. I would feel bad, but I couldn't help. While homeless, Wright claims she was also forced to hide her identity for fear of receiving death threats from diehard Beyonce buffs. Not her wanting to sue Beyonce for emotional. Knowles and his wife officially divorced in 2011, and White says Beyonce makes a thinly veiled reference to her parent tumultuous split in the 2014 revenge anthem Ring Off. If you listen to Ring Off, it's the story, said White, suggesting the ditzy lyric eerily reflected the damage she likely caused to Tina and Matthew Knowles' marriage. You better be wearing this like a badge of honor. Saying you disrupted their marriage. You woman, lady, you did not disrupted any marriage. If it wasn't you, it would have been someone else. You did not disrupt anything. It is the man who had the vow, who decided to cheat, who disrupted said marriage. So you need to stop patting yourself on the back for disrupting anything. You didn't disrupt anything. He did. It's not for me, but I know the timing, said Wright. I was inside. On the track feature, I don't care about this song that you're talking about. Let me hear. All right. When I listen to it, I have goosebumps and tears, she revealed. It makes me cry for them because everyone is in pain and there has been so much sadness. No one is in pain right now but you, unfortunately. I promise you, Beyonce and even Tina Lawson aren't in pain currently over Matthew Knowles being a philanderist. Let me stop. This is taking too long. Her heartache for Beyonce, however, what do you mean your heartache for Beyonce? Leave Beyonce out of it. Beyonce. Her heartache for Beyonce, however, pales in comparison to the antagonizing pity she feels for Nixon, who is hopelessly estranged from his break my soul boo. Who is hopelessly estranged from his break my soul booming big sis. Whoever wrote this article is dead wrong. I promise you. Whoever, why am I shouting? Whoever decided to write this article is absolutely out of pocket and they're dead wrong. Why are you referring to? I like when they do it too. Who is hopelessly estranged from his break my soul booming big. Who put that sentence together? I know ChatGPT did not put that sentence together because, period, that is the human touch. Beyonce is a billionaire and just bought the most expensive house in California, 10 miles from where we live, said Wright of the, the 200 million for 40,000 square feet Malibu estate the icon purchased with husband Jay-Z 53 for their family of five in May. I don't know why they're trying to juxtapose Beyonce multi-million dollar home against this person's home as if Beyonce owes her anything. Like, yeah, you live 10 miles from my home. And what about it? And what about it? Like, what is she supposed to do? Oh, you live 10 miles, like, and what? Look. Period. And they gave us a view of the home. Why didn't they? Where are their homes? I want to see Ride's home. I want to see Ride's home. Because this is Beyonce's home. So let me see the other home. Sorry. Why did they actually put the other home there? Whoever wrote this article needs to be on time out. I am not playing with whoever wrote this article. You are done. You are done. But no, there has not been any contact, she said. Wright's woes over Nixon alienation from Beyonce follow claims that Jay-Z too refuses to acknowledge purported. Not y'all throwing a child on Jay-Z. Not look, I don't not believe that there is a child, but in the case of her boy, Wright believes he will inevitably form a bond with Beyonce. Y'all, Kim Kardashian also believed she was gonna form a bond with Beyonce, so I wouldn't hold my breath. Look, I would not hold my breath. Kim Kardashian really thought Beyonce was gonna be a guest of honor at her wedding. But in the case of her boy, Wright believes he will inevitably form a bond with Beyond with Bay online. Someone said the mom is delusional. It is sad. I'm going to ignore Alicia's comments because she's like the moral compass. I'm sorry I put that much burden on you, so I'm going to just ignore your comments because right now they're getting they're getting dragged on Twitter. Let's continue. I think they will find a way to open up and have that conversation. What conversation? For real, for real. Tell me what conversation you think they should have. Should she sit down with her brother and say, "Yeah, your mom and my dad cheated on my mom with your mom, and that's how you're here, and that's why we've never actually communicated." In fact, this article seemed to be more obsessed with Beyonce. And don't forget that there is a line at the top that says Matthew Knowles has never met his son. So the father have never met the son, and this article is obsessed with Beyonce not having a bond with a child that the father doesn't even know. That's what they want us to sit here and read. I mean, we're reading it because content, but I think they will find a way to open up and have that conversation. This should be about Matthew Knowles. Like, I don't understand. You should be talking about Matthew Knowles. What do you mean? She said, pointing to popular social media platforms as possible space for connecting. They have Snapchat and yeah, I don't even know Beyonce's Snapchat. Her wishful thinking, not her wishful thinking for sibling solidarity. Her wishful thinking for sibling solidarity aside, Wright admittedly struggles to shield Nixon from the reality that his honorable half sister is of the affluent half, while he is of the less fortunate halves. While you are have-nots, the haves and the have-nots. Girl, why are you talking about? Girl, I'm mad actually now. Why are you talking about Beyonce instead of Matthew Knowles? Like I'm so confused. Like if my dad cheated on my mom and had a child, and that child keeps coming to me like, Themis, blah blah blah. I was like, girl, if you don't go find him, if you don't go find him, like, what do you mean? I owe you absolutely nothing. I owe you nothing. I'll tell him fame does not equal happiness, so never covet what someone else has, said Right. Wait, how many more? Girl, I ain't reading. All right, I can read it. I think. Let's see. However, she can see that it's difficult for the boy to ignore the stuff. Girl, is it difficult for the boy to ignore it, or you? I feel like this is you. I feel like this is you. She can see that it is difficult for the boy to ignore the stark contrast between his meager indulgences, such as cherished 300 Nintendo Switch game system, and the opulent luxuries enjoyed by niece Blue Eye. Girl! Not you! Not you comparing this boy to Blue Ivy. Blue Ivy is out here working on tour, currently dancing. This is a problem. This is a problem. This person is delusional. If the framing of this article is how she came off, this is pure delusion. So you think there is like Blue Ivy is Beyonce's daughter. Your child is Matthew Noel's son. I feel like this should be aimed only towards Matthew Knowles. It literally should not be aimed at Beyonce at all. It's hard to see people living as billionaires continued, right? CEO of Global Collective. At the dawn of 2023, she purchased a 5-bedroom Los Angeles abode for herself and Nixon. What does that kid think when I'm working 16 hours a day and trying to get accounts paid? She questioned, how does it feel? Nixon also contends with pangs of being publicly recognized as ain't nobody recognizing this child. Ain't nobody recognizing this child, and no one would if you did not put his picture out there now claiming that he's sad about Beyonce. We wouldn't know him. I actually have forgotten the child's face. I literally have forgotten the child's face. And let me go to the end. Yeah, she is dressed in gold. And what about it? She should have chosen. People will ask him straight up at school, are you the brother? Said Wright. Whatever they can Google, they will ask him directly. She lamented of the youth, nosy classmates, adding, even the grown-ups will take pictures of him. It's hard for him to comprehend, said Wright. He's a quick kid and very reserved. And when it comes to his celebrity, says the concerned mom isn't looking for monetary handout, just love. I think Beyonce is a lovely person and she has never done anything to harm me, said Wright. And that's where it should stay. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. There's nothing else. I don't want anything from them, she said. I just want my son to be free and to have a happy... Wait, wait. Who is holding your son in bondage? Wait, freedom. To freedom, Nicki Minaj. This is pure delusion. Let me stop. Let me stop. All right. I'm gonna start this video because ain't nobody got time for that. And I said, ain't nobody got time for that. The article tags though. Oh, let me look at them. Thank you. Let's look at these tags. Beyonce Knowles, Blue Ivy, Celebrity Baby Mama, Celebrity Divorce, Celebrity Siblings, Cheating, Jay-Z, Matthew Knowles, musician. So I recognize that they needed Beyonce's name for clicks. So obviously I'm joking because I know that's what they're doing. So like the fact that they have Beyonce Knowles, then Blue Ivy. Yo, Beyonce should start suing these people because absolutely not. Not y'all sitting up here making. All right, let me stop laughing. Sorry. So I've not been doing well on my water intake. Every day this should be completed. And it's already 7 o'clock, so I'm actually supposed to be down here, but my water is like at 3 o'clock. So I have a lot of drinking to do to get to 7. Anywho, let's continue. All right, welcome. Thank you, everyone, for being here. This is not why we are here. We are gathered here today to discuss demands on podcasting. I didn't want to do this on my Friday live stream because it is kind of useless. It's brain dead. I don't want to like do this on Friday. So I was like, oh, I'm not doing anything after work today. Let me go live. So after talking to the Discord, we decided that I would do this live. So thank you all for being here and let's get this show started. So there are 3 men on a podcast. I feel like that's all I need to say. And we're going to watch the 3 men on the podcast talk about things. And please do not get in your feelings about this because we have graduated to a new level where we don't really care. Like the men with mics are kind of out of style right now. Like they're done. Their time has passed, right? So we'll see if they get into writing books some more. Maybe that will be the new avenue, but because Chat GPT, they don't actually have to write it. So let's get into it. Yep.
Be laid straight. Sometimes a lot of people drift off from reality. Some things from
let's get into
ancient
it.
times.
So I want to promote the party at the event that you got coming up because we never said anything.
Oh, yeah.
Nori Diva, welcome to the membership. I don't know why it's so low. Give me 2 seconds. That it sounds really low to me. Hopefully we can hear. But it does sound a bit low to me.
Yeah. So I have a birthday. So this year I decided to do it like this because last year I had spent a lot of money. And so a lot of my supporters who wanted to come out and party with me, they were not able to. So I said, you know what, let me do this year a birthday fashion show to showcase other amazing, talented people. Then have my supporters be able to come out and have a good time too. And then have my friends and family. It's gonna be like a mixture. So it's gonna be really, really good. It's on June 10th. The tickets are available on my Instagram. You gotta click the link in my bio.
Eventbrite, right?
Yeah, on Eventbrite.
Yeah.
So when you go to my page, click the link in my bio, and then you'll be able to get the tickets from there.
And trust me, everybody in Atlanta.
Again,
okay.
Ever, I never ran
That's
into
how
no
it's supposed
bank.
to be. Don't ever answer that
Not
question
like that. But if it was that, I wouldn't have told you. But no, I don't do no type of fraud. I'm not swiping no cards. Everything I do, I post it. So I buy house calls. All that stuff is on IG. If I was scamming, I would not, show that. So I bought these things with real jobs, real bank documents. Because you got the letter. And then we gonna bust these bills down.
So let's go ahead and get into it because y'all already want to argue about this shit.
No, I don't
So you would like to say you a 50-50 ass nigga?
I'm definitely 50-50. If somebody comes into my life, no matter what it is, everything's 50-50. You can't come in there and you thinking like, oh, you know what, babe? Actually, I'm gonna do this, and I'll take care of the utilities. This is not that type of party over here. I get it. And there's a lot of people and men that set that precedence for a lot of women out there that they feel like that's cool, and it's not. The thing is, you become for sale, and now they get mad when.
How do they become? Sorry, because now when Shorty, I'm gonna put on the closed caption because I'm pretty sure that's what I thought he said is what he said. So let's see.
No matter what it is, everything's 50-50. You can't come in you thinking like, oh, you know what, babe? Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And, I'll take care of the utilities. This is not that type of party over here. I get it. And there's a lot of people and men that set that precedence for a lot of women out there that they.
So he definitely did say president. So we're off to a good start. This is a great start. So he is black shirt equals 50-50 finance because of the president of the United States of America. No, I turned it on because I heard president and I wanted to make sure that it was president and it is in fact president. So, period.
They feel like that's cool and it's not. The thing is, you become for sale, and now they get mad when.
How do they become for sale?
Because now when Shorty go to the highest bidder, because he's paying bigger bills than he was. Now she's complaining about, oh, why is he doing this? He's doing this because he pays how he weighs. That don't set that precedence if she's paying how she weighs as well. So it's like, baby, both of us pay these bills. So it's like, what you running out in the streets for?
So you want to feel like somebody's investing as much as you're investing into a relationship and investing into your lifestyle versus somebody taking, and then when the next guy come along with more money,
because
she'll just rather take from him.
But it really go both ways.
So it doesn't go both ways.
And the reason why it goes both ways is because you have a lot of women who have invested into a lot of fucking men.
Right, but we're not talking about women. Let's talk about right now. What's going on? It's 50-50 is because when you come into that household of mine, if you want to value what I got going on, you want to tap into this bread that I got going on, you need to be doing the same thing because you won't understand what I did and how I got what I got if you just taking.
So tell me this. Do you mean 50-50 like
everything?
Okay, this is what the rent is, I won't have.
Facts.
Or maybe you can give her some bills and then you handle some bills and it's not about the actual value of the money.
But that shit is so crazy to me.
No.
Because I think when it comes to a lot of men, we are living in a different times. I don't come from
a someone asked, why am I not pointing out the 50-50? Oh, I don't have a problem. Look, if someone tell you they want 50-50 and you do 50-50, that's fine. Like, I don't care. There are things that come with it, so I don't really care about it. These men are saying what they want. Who am I to tell them? Picnic, plain tablecloth. Look, I'm just listening. They said 50-50. If it's not 50-50, it means that you're for sale, and then you go to the highest bidder. He said you need to invest. So in the relationship as much as he is. Hey, Sinji, black men are feminists, period. And they lie talking about they're not.
a broken home. So me personally, I come from a home with a man and a woman, and the man, his responsibility was to go out there.
So
and
you
pay
saying your
the
daddy
bill.
paid every bill in the house?
So what I'm saying is, if I'm not saying that, my mother was able to pull her weight. But what I'm saying
What's
is,
pulling her weight?
Exactly. Finish though. She was able to pull her weight as far as she was able to pick up those pieces.
That sounds like pulling
So
his
let me
weight.
finish though. I didn't come from a broken home. I came from a home with a father who was raised that in his time, we got a whole bunch of different niggas now. Men operate different in this day and age.
Yeah.
I came from a home where a man, you were supposed to go out there, pay the bills, make sure your household was secure. Your woman was supposed to be home, nurturing the children, making sure that the food was cooked, doing those things of those natures. Now we got niggas
So what is
nowadays
daycare for again?
to do those things that I just named.
What's daycare for?
What you
Take
mean?
care of the
Elaborate
kids.
in layman's terms.
She don't got to be home doing any of that if the
No,
baby's at
but I'm
daycare.
telling you, I'm going down the lineage of where
I
we
get it.
come
That's what I'm saying.
from.
Where you came from is not.
Welcome to the membership, JC Williams, CJ Williams. Let's get into it.
We are today. This is another time zone. This is not
It's not our fault though. It's not our fault.
I just feel like that's real sucker shit.
No,
man.
no,
hell no.
Let me elaborate.
Actually, I came from that type of household where my
Elaborate.
dad did pay all the bills and my mother did absolutely nothing but whatever she wanted to do. And the money she made, she spent. That's exactly the household I came from.
Back in the day, a lot of my older family members, they ain't got no career. They depended on their husbands their whole life.
Facts.
The reason why we should hold these women accountable because they want to be independent. They should go
That's
seek
valid.
the same career we got,
Absolutely.
seek the same type of jobs, if not making the same or more money than us, and bring the same type of value into the household. So I feel like that's better for them and the women in generations to come.
And there's a lot of women out there that's making more money than the men.
Exactly.
But you have to think about this too, Vaughn, in the sense that I'm piggybacking off of the conversation that me and you had privately the other day. So do you want your woman to, because see, this is where I also be confused with men.
Okay.
You want your woman to hold her weight. You want her to go out there and make her own money. You want her to be a boss. You want her to be able to provide. You want her to do these things. You set these standards as to what you want her to do.
Okay.
And then when she does it, she's too much of a boss.
Ooh.
She doesn't listen. She's not submissive. Let me finish. She's not submissive.
You can't
She's not
finish that,
there.
though.
She doesn't give you valuable
That's
time.
not it.
Wait, and really, I'm not directing this to you. I'm directing this to him.
Okay.
Because I listen and I be wanting to catch a man in his tracks.
Okay.
Because I listen to what you say and that's a double standard.
It's not, though.
It is. Let me finish though. And the reason why it is because what you told me was any successful woman who is a boss, holding her own weight, correct me if I'm wrong,
I can't wait to spin this
is
block.
not going to be married, and 9 times out of 10 is men out there who are not going to want her. So what is it? Do you want your woman to be a
Okay,
boss?
so-
Let me finish though.
All right.
Do you want your woman to be a boss? Do you want her to be able to provide? Do you want her to be able to do for herself? Or do you want her, because what it is a lot of times, and I'm directing this to him because I
Got it.
can't wait to catch him in his trap.
Cool.
What it is a lot of times the reason why men do not be wanting a woman to be a boss and why he can't handle her and why a lot of women who are successful in better positions than men is because it's the control factor. You want her to be able to sit her ass home and shut the fuck up and take whatever is given to her and be respectful
not
and
exactly.
still take care of the household and knowing that she depends on you. So that's why I was telling you the other day I respect a woman that go get her own dollar.
So-
Because when you get your own dollar, nobody's going to set the limit or standard for how you operate.
Well, I didn't. You took it as me agreeing with him. I was just
You
explaining.
was. That's
I was
agreeing.
explaining his point
No,
of view.
so and
So
again,
let me rebuttal back to him because I was
Do your
just
thing.
explaining what I was taking from his point of view.
absolutely.
If what he's saying is 50-50, he's not saying a boss like she be like a whole boss. So he just wants somebody that's gonna, help him maintain what's going on. And he just not feel like he's giving so much. Versus what you're
That is a lie. I wrote it down. He said they should bring just as much to the table as he does. He said that they should be invested in the relationship just as much as he is. He said if they become if he's a sole provider, then the woman is for sale and they can move to the highest bidder. You are lying. You are lying. What I don't like with these people is they will make a claim that people either like or don't like. And what they do is I'm like, okay, fine, that's what your claim is. But you don't like the consequence of that which you are purporting to want. If you want someone who brings just as much to the table as you do, yeah, you want someone who is financially as secure as you, or at least can put as much into whatever degenerate table you guys have, as you do. So it is weird to me to then say, oh no, he's not saying he wants a boss. Is he not a boss? Does he not have money? If he doesn't, then that's fine. But if he's pretending to be a boss or claiming that he has money and he brings so much to the table, and then saying he wants a woman who does the same, yeah, you're asking for a boss. I don't know what this is. This is kind of like annoying and kind of illogical right now, but let them go on.
saying, our side conversation we had was a person, and I'm gonna say names because she's a boss. A person like Coach Stormy.
Uh-huh.
She ain't married. Women on that type of caliber, if you want a man on that level that you on, it's gonna be hard for them to find that because them type of women don't know how to humble themselves because they feel like they got everything, they know everything, and this nigga can't tell me shit.
And
Sometimes
he knows
women have to know.
firsthand. A lot of his
saying?
female friends.
But this is the thing.
Most of them.
So do you think
All of them.
logically in your mind, having a real conversation outside of
Who's it
just
directed
being
to? Who's it
This
directed
is
to?
direct to both of y'all.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you think logically in your mind, outside of feeling how you want to feel about being a man and operating with women or whatever, because a lot of that shit be rooted in misogyny, you think logically that the reason why a successful black woman is single only because she can't humble herself, or because, let me finish, I'm gonna let y'all talk, or because a lot of times when you are a successful woman, you got to that place of taking care of a lot of scrubs. So when you elevate yourself and you are in a new
All right,
place,
so all right, we got your point. Let's kill it. So this is the thing. This is why this is so unvalid. So us men can pick up this girl that makes $15 an hour. She's a bum,
Change
and we
her
can
whole
level
fucking
her
life.
up. But when she gets to that level, she feels like
She not
she don't
supposed
got
to do
time to be
that's not-
talking
you
to a
didn't let me
scrub
finish.
because that's what you said. You said she got
No.
there and she don't want to mess with scrubs no more.
And that's what they do though.
We got to mess with the scrub first.
But the reason why I was tying that into is more context to what I'm saying.
Yeah, fix
What
the
I'm saying,
context
I'm
then.
telling him because he
Back to
said,
him, okay.
he said
So-
that a woman is not humble when she's successful.
Okay,
That
prime
is not
example.
true.
Prime
That's not
example.
true. A lot
But
of
that
women-
is true
No,
because
it's not.
it is
No,
because
it's
a lot of
not.
girls,
Prime
I'm not
example.
when they
talking-
make
Go
this
ahead.
money, the way that they speak is different.
Prime
They're automatically
example.
talking like, what?
Prime example.
I
Jay-Z
gotta
and
put it with
Beyonce.
this.
Beyonce humble herself when it comes to that nigga.
Facts.
But
You in a bedroom? You
I'm
know
just
that
telling you,
person?
you can tell publicly.
You can't
she
tell
humble-
anything. You have to say
she
facts.
She don't do a lot of
humbles
things that
herself
she
when it
probably
comes
could
to that
say.
nigga, bruh.
She don't say
No.
half of the things she
Even
probably
though
could say.
she's just as
That's
much
still
as a boss,
that's
she humbles
conspiracy.
herself.
That's a conspiracy.
It's not a
That's an
conspiracy.
opinion.
We
You
see,
don't know that.
if you see the way she posts and the things that she says,
Because
even
they're in love,
even
they
when
don't
they
make
shit
her.
publicly, no, it's a lot of
But guess
women
what? At
that
the
you
end of
see
the
that when
day-
they go through
at the
things,
end of the
it's
day,
right there on the net and they going crazy. Beyonce done been through things that we ain't gonna get into it because I don't know if
She
might
humbles
click this
herself.
one.
when it comes to that nigga. That's
But the
period.
thing is, this girl done been through some works and it just disappeared.
I think for me and this generation of what we living in, a lot of times a man cannot.
The reason I'm only pausing to point out that I don't know what they're talking about Beyonce. I literally have no clue what they're saying about Beyonce, so I'm just going to move on. One is saying they humbling said, someone is saying Beyonce does this or does that, and I don't know what he was mumbling under his breath. They're like yelling at each other, so I literally, that part of the conversation, I'm like, I completely checked out.
Take a successful black woman.
It's not true.
That is true. And because the reason why I say that is because you do not have the control over her. You cannot tell her what to do. You can't, let me finish.
That's not
you
true,
cannot
though.
tell her how to operate. Yes, it is. I see it from personal experience. When you are dealing with a woman who is more of a squirrel.
When you said a successful woman isn't going to quote unquote humble herself, that's what you mean. Like, what do you mean? That's what you mean. Like, you want to know something? I don't mind the idea that there are damaged people and people who just feel completely useless and insecure, and everything is an attack on their manhood, and thus their ego is, again, easily bruised. The problem is when you sort of overcompensate for that reality, as opposed to acknowledge that I feel like a wannabe and I don't want to feel that way. So instead of just going to go figure that out and building some self-esteem through repeated success, you decide, oh yeah, you know what? I'm just going to tell women that they need to humble themselves because the way they operate is masculine, and that's why I feel the way that I feel. It's not that I just feel useless. It's not that I don't have anything going for me. It's not that my ego is so big that I don't fully know how to engage and make it smaller when I'm in the presence of someone who might know more than I do if that person is a woman. Instead of owning that, they're just up here talking back and forth about, oh, they don't know how to humble themselves, blah, blah, blah. Like, no one cares. No one cares.
You're able to have more control. You're able to treat her different type of ways. She's gonna take what you give her because you're paying the bills. A lot of times when it comes to a successful black woman, I'm using a black woman specifically. When it comes to successful black women, they have come from a place of dealing with men on that level. So when you reach a certain standard in your life, it's things that you're not accepting. He can't talk to you a certain way. You don't have time to be cooking and cleaning. It's gonna be a mutual thing. So that's why I am torn. So I do agree as the fact of a woman being able to hold her weight.
I agree to that point. I was about to touch that.
Yeah, I do agree to that point.
I
do agree to that point. I do. But I just feel like for me, and that's why I was giving you an example of, I think for me, I just come from a household of a man holding it down. And my mother held it down and did what she was supposed to do. And so, of course, just like you and you, we program because of where we come. It's certain things that are programmed in us naturally. So for me, when I see a man not want to really completely step up and handle the responsibilities that he's supposed to, or he feels as though she has to give something, it just be different for me.
So what's
I don't
really
come
a
from a household
scrub,
like that.
when you say a niggas be scrub, what's really a scrub? So you think just because niggas got money, they don't do scrub ass shit? These niggas still be cheating. If not cheating, they cheat worse than a nigga that ain't got the money.
But you have to answer that question.
Girl, that man is personally offended. Talking about when people have money. How much money are we talking about? Where's the research? How do you know that men with money cheat more than other men without money? And if they cheat at the same rate, it better you get cheated on with someone, by someone who has something that you can take than the person you're taking care of. How do you know this? How do you know this? If a woman from our community has a degree, a home, some peace, and all the other things that success brings them, she has already humbled herself to God. So who is, period. Period. Thank you, by the way, CJ. These people are kind of useless. They're mad, and I think they can recognize when they are losing because they're viewing this as a competition, and you don't have anything, but you want people to come humble to you, to be humble. And they're going to talk about submitting in a moment. This does not make sense. That doesn't make sense to me.
For yourself, because you give me as to the context of what you were saying.
No, I'm just saying, I just feel like for me, women that are bosses, they are single for a reason. It's because they either want too much from a nigga that don't got or ain't on their level, or they don't even know how to humble themselves when they get around a nigga like that. They try to be too masculine on the same level. I'm not saying.
Is that considered a bad thing? Is that a bad thing? If you are a woman who has a lot of success, and thus from that success you have standards, and you are refraining from dating people who do not meet your standards, thus you are single, is that a bad thing? Like it's said like it's a bad thing where it's like, oh, I like this because you can choose to be by yourself if you don't have someone who meets your standard. And if you're successful, Miley Cyrus says you can buy yourself flowers. Like, what do you mean? Like, girl, y'all gonna have these people throw relationships in your faces. Absolutely not.
And it could possibly work, but a woman has to know her place. No matter how much money you got in your bank account, or how many cars and Birkin purses you buy, and no matter how much educated and how much shit you think you done figured life out, when it comes to a real man, you're gonna have to know your place.
And she needs to be a lot more submissive.
What is her place? See, this is the thing what is her place? When it comes to a man, what is a woman's place? When it comes to a successful woman who is dating a man who is not also successful, what is her place? Like, let me know that. You're talking about what it means to be a real man, and she needs to know her place, while your friend over here is talking about 50-50. There's a lot of confusion. There is a lot of confusion happening. You all are confused. God is not the author of confusion. This is not godly to me. This is not making sense. How can one of y'all over here talk about how you are going 50-50? 50-50 is what you want. They need to be equally invested. But a woman should know her place. I don't know what her place is in the 50-50 dynamic. Like, someone need to explain to me what a woman's role is in a 50-50 dynamic. Because if we're like, I'm trying to understand what this tradition is going to be. Because it can't be the traditional relationship where the woman is at home and the man pays everything. Because we're already at 50-50. So I'm trying to figure out what the woman's role is. So that would have been my next question.
So the thing is, what happens is, with a lot of females, especially all females, matter of fact,
by the way, you know these people are kind of useless too, because at the root of all of this, I've learned something from my therapist, and it's how to listen intently to what people say to understand what is wrong, right? Like, I could listen from like my litigation training to like move back and forth, but I also, not perfectly, obviously, but can listen to know what is wrong. So like, if someone keeps talking, I can tell what is wrong. In the first couple sentences, this one on the screen in the turban looking thing said was that he wants to go 50-50 because if you don't do that, then the woman is for sale and they will move to the highest bidder. And they want the woman to invest in the relationship as much as he is invested in the relationship. This is insecurity. This is a fear that he is going to lose the person he's with because him showing up as himself is not enough for that person. And therefore, the way to keep the person around is for the person to invest as much financially as he is investing, because he does not think he is sufficient enough to keep her. He also competes with other men, at least in terms of access to women, and he does not believe the woman who he's with is going to choose him over other men. That is ultimately what is at the root of his problem. Like, he's very easy to read. This is an insecure man, from my perspective. This is not a diagnosis. From my perspective, this is an insecure man doing insecure things. They don't even know their place. They couldn't find it with a GPS and a location pin. Girl, talking about a GPS, thank you, Wake Up Makeup Slave. Talking about a GPS and a locator pin, they probably go scry. I'm rewatching Charmed, so they're probably going to scry to figure out where their voice is. These men have the audacity because too many women are requesting that they be led and need men to. Yeah, well, let me hurry up and get through this so we can open the panel because y'all gonna sit down there talking about, oh my God, I want to be led. I want to be led by who? All right, period. Go let them lead you, because period.
That's
Go
all.
ahead. Can't put
When
all
it comes
in.
to all females, they feel like they have to be treated a certain manner before they could be a soft, submissive female.
Yeah, that's weird.
No, that's not weird. Y'all sound
That's
y'all sound
weird.
You're a
delusional.
woman.
Y'all sound delusional.
You're a woman.
Oh my
So
God.
what-
You're supposed to always be
So
like
what
that.
the
So
thing-
that's why today's day and age, these girls is
I'm
thinking
gonna say
that
this, 'cause I
the city girls is the new way to be.
Oh,
Yeah, let me go.
we
Let me
need
go
to
fuck
break
this one. Let me
down
go fuck with this one.
masculinity.
Let me go do this
That's
because
stupid.
now let me break them down.
All right, let me hear this.
Is
All
this
right,
mic
That's
on?
filthy. That's disgusting.
You telling a man to break down your masculinity is stupid.
Y'all sound
That is stupid.
delusional.
Because the thing is,
So,
you agree
go
to
ahead.
that. So you'll feel like, hey, you know what, baby? I get it. That broke nigga's not doing what he needs to do. Go fuck that man right there. He gonna pay the bills. How do you feel about that?
No.
How do you feel about it?
What we're not
Yes
going to
or
do
no? Is it right or is it wrong?
I can't give
I
a
wanna
yes or
know.
no.
So you don't
What
want to
we're
give
not
an
gonna
answer. So you
what
want to
we're
be
not
honest
gonna
about it.
We
Because
can't
that's what
just
happens.
segue.
When the
We
guy
can't
over
segue
there,
like that.
when she don't want to
Bob,
argue with her broke
Bob,
boyfriend.
Bob,
when-
These men want to lead someone and they can't even lead a conversation. They're talking about leading someone when they can't even lead a conversation. Girl, what is this? Why are all of y'all yelling? It is so frustrating for me to hear multiple people talk because like my brain kind of like shuts down a little bit. So like I have no clue what is happening. 50-50 means be my mom 50% of the time and call me daddy 50%. 50 women in charge in the morning and I'll be in charge at a period. A period. Also, random note for people in my DMs about white people involved on my thing. I posted that I actually feel bad now because one of the people reached out to me and they were like, oh my God, obviously I knew you had friends. I was just like playing around. It was not just you, and I didn't mean to like put you out there like that, but please don't do that. There were people reaching out to my friends. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, I apologize. Random note, just wanted to put it out. I actually felt bad because in the comments in my community tab, they were dragging. They were getting dragged, but y'all were out of pocket coming in people's DMs. So anyway, let's continue.
ain't really got
We
it.
have
She
to
go
keep
fuck
it
the
on
next
hand.
nigga. Okay.
You do a lot of
Got
segueing.
it.
Let's stay on topic
So-
at hand.
so that's not the
First of
truth?
all, so let me know because I'm going to dissect.
That's how it
this out
happens.
for both of y'all.
That's
Let me let you talk because when I talk, I want to be able to be heard.
Do your
'Cause
big
I need my clip.
I get it. I just want to make sure you understand.
Down. Go ahead,
Y'all
I'm
let
gonna
your
talk.
kids. Realistically, when we talk about scrubs, we talk about these same females that are scrubs. They ask for things that they never had
But
before
you're
when they get with a certain
segueing.
caliber of niggas.
You're
How?
segueing. Keep
It's
it
the
on
same
the topic
difference.
at hand.
We talking about the female being
Keep it on the
submissive.
top. Okay, so
how was that
let me
not
let
it?
you finish. Go
Tell me
ahead.
how
I'm
that's
sorry,
not
'cause I
it. Tell me
don't
where I
even-
segue. Tell me where.
Okay, you
Where did I
got-
segue?
you
Yeah,
got-
tell me.
'cause I got to dissect for you and for you.
Okay, do you
Okay,
think?
so let me
Go
start
whoever
with
you wanna go to
Let me
first.
start with you first.
Do you think?
So the reason why that is so delusional to me,
It's delusional.
you think, right?
Delusional?
As heavy on the delusion. The reason why I say that,
You
you
love that
think
word. I love
logically.
that word.
Let me get a drink of water
He love delusion.
because it's just so potent and be so true.
Yeah, see, okay.
You think
You choking on them wake ass words.
that a woman is
Mhm.
supposed to automatically allow a man to lead her just because she's a woman? Because what you told me
I
was,
thought you just said that
No,
she
no,
was
no.
raised in a household where the man leads the pack and all of
Diamond,
this.
I'm talking about.
This is real contradiction.
I'm
We might
talking
need to change the
about
topic
what
then,
you
maybe.
just said.
Yes.
Allow me to
Automatically,
finish
when a woman gets
what
with the
I'm
man, yes,
saying.
we leave.
No, that's delusional.
No, that's
I really, really want to hear what they're talking about. This is weird. The conversation is so confusing because they're trying to speak from the perspective of men who experiences education and wallet they don't have. Broke men need to stop trying to speak for rich men. You want to know what? When you said heavy on the delusional, I felt that because it is definitely delusional. Thank you. It is definitely delusional, but like the part that is annoying is like none of them get to talk. And I didn't realize this fully while I was watching it with the Discord. But like, this is really annoying to watch because no one gets to like fully get their thought out because everyone is just yelling and emotional. I thought men were supposed to be logical, sir. Like, what is this? Y'all playing in my face.
Because
that's the way
a lot
it
of
goes.
times,
No,
a
that's
lot
the way
of
it goes.
times,
And that's the way he
a
was
man-
raised.
Go ahead.
That's the way he was raised. That's the way he was raised. You're gonna contradict yourself because they're gonna rewind it back. You just said
That's
the
you
man's the
compare apples to
provider.
oranges.
He does this,
You
that, and the
did say
third,
that.
and she
No.
covers it. Okay,
But you saying when they
you
first
are
meet-
literally.
Okay, so
But
first of all,
we're saying
but
all
now
the
we're gonna
time-
follow the woman.
No, but listen.
But
we
we're
gotta
saying on
literally-
the terms that when you get in a relationship.
First of all, edit this part out. I need my clips. Y'all keep over talking me.
But I'm just saying.
No,
though.
I'm serious. Edit this out. How am I gonna get my clips? This nigga keep over fucking me.
Go ahead.
That's not true though.
No,
I don't want you to
it
contradict
don't,
yourself.
no, it don't matter because guess what? At the end of the day, Dallas, a
What?
lot of people might feel like what you gotta say is bullshit.
I don't care
need
what
my,
they gotta-
but what
we
I'm
live in
telling you
reality.
is, what I'm telling you is, I need my clips. That's what I'm saying. Bottom line, I need my clips. Both of y'all keep over talking.
Go ahead. Go
How am I
ahead.
gonna get my
Get
clips?
your clip in. Go ahead.
We
Literally.
ain't editing shit out.
Am I right? Lexus, I have not been able to give me a good 60
Go
seconds.
ahead. We ain't editing shit out. Go ahead.
Well, I ain't gonna let you shoot bullshit.
I feel like no, you shooting bullshit.
Yeah,
Because
mine's
how
real.
could you? First of all, you're comparing apples and oranges. I'm talking about.
Let me talk,
I
let me
came
talk,
from
let me talk.
I came from a household
Mhm.
with a man that showed that he's able to lead her. A lot of times, men go into these relationships with women and they just want them to be submissive. It don't work like that. If you're able to protect her, if you're able to provide, if you're able to show her a product of what you are able to do, then she will be submissive to you. It don't work like that. You can't just get into a situation and think because you are a man that she's
Oh.
supposed to automatically be soft. A lot of women want to be protected and they want to have a provider. If you're not able to show that, why should she humble herself
She should know
and be
that.
submissive to you? So let me touch on this real quick and I'm letting him talk.
All right.
So when we bring it back to my father and my mother, what he did was show that he's able to pay the bills. What he did was show that he's able to lead her. What he did was show that he's able to be faithful. What he did was show her that he's able to teach her and not just fuck her. So you comparing two different things. You are talking about my father who was able to prove himself as a man. A lot of these men are able to prove themselves. They don't show why they're worthy enough to lead the situation. They don't show why they're worthy enough for a woman to be submissive. You think she's supposed to go to an alley blind just because he's a man and he hasn't shown her that he's able to get her to the end of the tunnel? It don't work like that.
But that's what she told you. Find that shit out during the dating
No,
stage.
but so you don't think that a man should show his woman that he's able to
That's
guide
what
her?
you find out through the
That's how
dating
y'all became-
stage.
that's how they became in a relationship.
Delusional.
I'm agreeing with you.
Y'all
but
don't
you-
think that's
what
delusional
I'm
public?
saying is, what I'm trying to tell you is, you supposed to find that shit out through the dating stage of y'all dating. We talking about real relationship shit, not the pre shit.
So you think it just ends?
No, I'm just saying
That's
she
all.
should not lead with masculinity. She should not lead with that type of mindset that
Well, if she does and you don't want it, then in the dating stage, you also have a responsibility to just go your own way. They can't gaslight a man. Give Sexy his clip. Not give him his clips.
oh, this nigga need to prove to me, because I would be thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
Shit,
you
you need to prove to me too that I should be doing all of this.
Facts.
Things.
But we bringing it back to what y'all said, right? That is supposed to be like something that is just what?
But what I'm saying is that's the mindset of the new way. If a woman leads with what she believes a man should prove to her, don't you think we should be, if we had that same mindset to be like, oh, well, if she feel like I need to be proving her how I can lead, she
Why
need to
do
prove to
people
me
think that's how
that she could be loyal and following God. Because women, they'll want all that shit.
It is highly unlikely that a woman can show you how she is submissive, essentially. How is she going to show you she's submissive if y'all not married? And you're talking about the biblical stuff right now. I don't think the Bible says women should walk around being submissive to men. So even in your Bible right now, you would have to get married. You literally have to show what you can do in traditional patriarchy before you get the woman. So what do you mean the woman need to show you she can be submissive and she can do this and no, you need to show that you can provide and protect. Now, I don't know why these women are running around saying, oh, I need a provider and a protector, because like, all right, period. But if that's what people want, that's what people want. Don't sit up here pretending like, oh my God, these women need to show me that they're submissive first before I provide for them. What? like what? She shouldn't lead with masculinity, but she should help him pay his bills, right? Not only pay some of it, like he's saying 50% of it. If you're a man requiring your woman to pay 50, let me stop. I should not. Oh my God, that would have been so wrong. You guys do your relationship how you want. You do your relationship how you want. But if you need someone to pay 50% of your bill, you're not fully an adult. That's all I'm going to say there. This is women's consequence for making men think they're the prize by chasing them. Yo, so it is very strange to me. Fruitcake as I am, the idea that like I am the prize is such a weird thing. Like hearing men say I am the prize is just like one of the weirdest thing I've ever heard. Like it does give me the ick. They are applying for the job of man with only potential on their application. You're not a doctor until you are licensed. Period. Period. Prince Petty is looking for his 50-50 queen, just FYI.
But they don't even know how to take the guidance. They don't even know how to sit down and humble themselves and be like, okay, let me listen to my man.
Thank you so
and
much, my baby.
let
We're talking about women who are successful. What guidance are you, the broke person, going to bring to the woman who is doing well? You have failed. You have failed in your life. Failed, essentially. If you don't have what you want, or if you're not working towards what you want, you have failed, right? If you don't have currently what you have and you're working towards it, I don't think you have failed, right? If you have what you want out of life and it's not $1 million, not even if it's $50,000, I don't care. I don't look at money the same way as people. If that is what you want to do and that's your passion, you have made it. I don't care. But if you don't have what you want and you have failed, how are you going to sit there and tell this woman who's doing what needs to be done in her life that she needs to sit there and take your guidance? Just figure. I didn't just figure this out, but as I said it, I realized all of these celebrity women who were doing great, including Monique, go and marry down and turn these men into their managers. So it is actually a thing that happens in the community. That's why they feel that way. Yeah, because y'all be putting them in position that they're not qualified for. So yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. That tracks. Because absolutely not. You're gonna sit up there talking about, oh, they're really trying to put the horse before the yeah. 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 Yes. 2L said, stop telling them you need them to lead you. Yeah, like people whining and crying online about like wanting a lead. These people can't lead themselves. You have been leading your life up until this point. You can lead it further. You can provide for yourself. You can protect yourself. This whole thing that, oh my God, I remember feeling weird about let me leave it alone. Because I don't want to put that message out there, because I do actually believe in the nuclear family or whatever. So like I'm not even going to pretend like I don't. It's just weird to see it being manipulated so much to control people. That part annoys me to no end. But women running around saying, oh, I want a leader. Like, I understand it. Please don't take my advice. This is not my lane. I don't give relationship advice. But it does seem odd from my perspective to see people who are doing well in life, who might want a partnership, running around talking about they want to be led. No. Again, ignore that. These men are delusional. Big Sexy is preaching.
let him lead me. They'll know a nigga can do it.
Thank you, voice of reason. They don't know. They don't know he can do anything if he's not doing it in himself. Talking about you want 50-50.
They'll know a nigga can get him at the end of the tunnel, but they still choose.
How you want to be a leader? This is the problem. How you want to be the leader asking for 50-50? Like, what do you mean? That doesn't even make sense. That does not make sense. That literally, like, these people are too comfortable. These people are too comfortable and they need to be shamed. The people are too comfortable and they need to be shamed. You don't think yourself to be the leader and that you're the person who is supposed to tell people what to do when the woman is supposed to submit, but you want 50-50. Like, that don't make sense. That does not make sense. In a system like that, the people being subjugated are going to realize their own subjugation and they're going to rebel. This is why patriarchy makes it seem like the man going out to work and providing for the woman is giving more benefit than the woman, but in reality, it's not true. But it seems that way, right? It seems that way because he comes home, pretend like he's stressed, and you have to put outside your own stress to go cater to his needs. So it looks like he is the one who is doing most of the work and not you, because you're at home when you're actually at home doing a ton of work too. That makes sense because for optics, it seems like you are at least doing equal work, or at least he's doing more work. But that's not the truth, right? If you are going out providing 50%, coming home and doing another 100% of the housework, essentially because you're taking on the second shift feminist theorist, at some point something has to give. You cannot continue to do this. You can't help him with his responsibility and then come home and take on 100% of your own. What kind of submission are y'all talking about? All right. Oh, but the system. Oh, no. If the system is causing us both to all be downtrodden, then we all have to work 50-50 all over. Like, what do you mean? And no, you're not no leader or nothing. You can't provide. Like, what do you mean? Like, it sucks. It probably feels bad. And I think a lot of people might want to be able to be provider, but they can't. And that hit their ego in some ways if you're in a patriarchy and you can't compete with other men, but not even with the women in your community who get less pay for the same work as you, and you still are failing. That probably feels bad. I acknowledge your feelings. I don't care. Because you don't get to treat people poorly. You don't get to tell people to submit to you so you feel like a man when you are not one. I mean, you are one. You are. Well, I'm a fruitcake. I don't get to tell anyone that they're not this or they're not that. It's fine. Whew. No, I don't believe you need to be a full provider to be a man. That's not true. I met a guy whose father and uncle were bald and tried to convince me he gonna keep his hair. Look, y'all measure manhood by the ability to be muscular and speak in a deep voice. I measure it by your ability to buy things. So it is what it is. We measure it on things that we can do.
The state in their own mindset.
So can I ask both of y'all a question? And I really want to hear y'all response. I'm not going to say anything. So
lady who says these men are loud, wrong, and embarrassing. That they are. That they are.
My question to you, and then my question to you. So, how are they supposed to know that he could guide her? You please,
find
wait, let me finish my question. Because don't just respond just to have an answer.
I'm gonna respond
Logically,
honestly.
how is a woman just supposed to know that a man is supposed to guide her?
Okay.
Make that make sense.
Let
to
me break it down to you.
Okay.
You would know by the way this nigga carry himself. You would know if he got a consistent job. You would know if he actually carries himself well, his character, how he treats his kids, if he got any, how he treat his mama, how he treat his family. How does he pay?
And if you say, oh, what if he went to prison? This one right here talking is going to have a problem with saying, oh, if you're quote unquote vetting, because that's what they're telling you to do. If you're vetting and you're like, oh, people don't date men who go to prison, he's probably going to be like, oh, what do you mean? That's not right, blah, blah, blah. No, because you're going to manipulate the vetting process. Everyone does this. Manipulate it to include you in the quote unquote good men. And I'm not saying you shouldn't. I say you can date whoever you want. The issue isn't that you're choosing wrong. It's that people lie. People put their best foot forward. Research shows that people can keep up a facade for over 2 years if they're good at it for even more. So the idea that you should be a psychic and know how people are going to turn out is absolutely ridiculous when universities can't do it, the police force can't do it, the army can't do it. Like, the CIA, the FBI can't do it, but you, woman, you're supposed to be able to read into a man's mind, because if you get into a relationship with someone and they change later and that end up hurting you or leaving you a quote unquote single mother, it is now your fault completely for the man walking out on his child. They don't give any responsibility to the father who left and threw away his responsibility to the mother and the child. Like, what do you mean? I don't care about you in a vetting. I don't care about you in a vetting. Because what you want to do is externalize the responsibility that you have as a man who procreated and now need to take care of their child. And for the people, again, who keep talking about, oh my God, aren't you a fruitcake? Why do you care? I have a dad. I have a brother. I have sisters. I have people that I care about. I don't care about your opinion. I will say what I want to say when I want to say it, how I want to say it. You can sit there and be mad.
pay his bills, if he's a responsible person with his money. Those are certain characteristics where a girl will be like, I'm gonna tell you like this. Lex told me when she first met me, I was paying some bills on my phone in front of her, and I paid my power bill in front of her. It was like $100. And in her mind, she told me later on, she was like, damn, I ain't never seen a nigga pay his power bill and hold it. Usually they set up a payment plan. That showed her I was responsible. So she knew right then and there, I could trust this nigga because he gonna handle his business. It's small shit like that. That's something.
Wait. I know. Well, let me go back to power bill and payment plan. Let she has never met a man who pays. Wait. Maybe I misheard. Let's go back because I know we're not doing that poorly. I know we're not doing that poorly. Curry Up and Eat says, "Boy, bring 100. I split it. Give me 50. You keep 50. Done." Period. Wait. Girl, y'all thought y'all were doing. They feel comfortable being dependent leaders because they know most Black women will not require them to act in manhood. They are only required to be a man. No, look. Thank you, by the way. I think that was Stars about the MO Force. My issue isn't even this. Like, y'all can show up however they want. It's when you are now demanding additional stuff. Like, someone is already feeling bad for you and be in a relationship with you when you can provide. Now you want them to submit. Like, what? You should have accepted the charity. Natural Sunshine, welcome to the membership. Like, you probably shouldn't be dating because you're going to feel bad. This is the problem. If you don't feel secure in yourself, why date someone who is successful? Because you're going to feel bad. You're going to when you go out to dinners, when you go out, when you sit there with them, when y'all are talking about anything, you're going to feel bad. You're going to feel inadequate if you are not secure in yourself. So if you're not secure, why would you just go date someone that is like super successful and make you feel smaller? Like, I don't understand that. And then blame them for you feeling smaller when you chose to date them knowing that you're going to want to compete where you can't even compare. Like, what do you mean? Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, I understand the initial wanting of access to the life that Keke Palmer had. DJ says he's described being a functioning adult. Thank you, DJ.
When she first met me, I was paying some bills on my phone in front of her, and I paid my power bill in front of her. It was like $100. And in her mind, she told me later on, she was like, damn, I ain't never seen a nigga pay his power bill and hold it. Usually they set up a payment plan. That showed her I was responsible. So she knew. Let me break it down to you. Okay. You would know by the way this nigga carry himself. You would know if he got a consistent job. You would know if he actually carries himself well, his character, how he treats his kids, if he got any, how he treat his mama, how he treat his family. How does he pay his bills? If he's a responsible person with his money. Those are certain characteristics where a girl will be like, I'm gonna tell you like this. Lex told me when she first met me, I was paying some bills on my phone in front of her, and I paid my power bill in front of her. It was like $100. And in her mind, she told me later on, she was like, damn, I ain't never seen a nigga pay his power bill and hold it. Usually they set up a payment plan.
Okay, look, I didn't realize $100 bill would have been a payment plan. Like, I didn't know this. So I wouldn't have I wouldn't have realized that would have been a thing, that like people would be surprised that people are paying their bills and not like setting up payment plans for their bills. So maybe he pays a bill, then sends you a Cash App request. Jalen says, listen, if we putting $100 on payment plan, some of y'all need to not speak on being in relationship. Please go 50-50 on job application somewhere. Right? Like, this is so weird to me. Like, I feel like, I hope this is not like a flex for him. Like, she was so surprised that I wasn't who is she around? Like, I'm I'm so confused. You know what? We're not gonna beat the elitist rumors. We're not. These men made so I can't hear Daddy's home usher without thinking of key. Look, Daddy's home. Um, that man has done nothing to me. I don't know why he got strays, but like he was the first person that came into mind when we were talking about dating for charity. But that's neither here nor there.
Showed her I was responsible, so she knew right then and there I could trust this nigga because he gonna handle his business. It's small shit like that that some women overthink. Well, she caught on to it. She like, damn. And this is when we first dating. I'm just casually just handling my business.
You wanted props. It sounded like you want props for paying your bills. Like some women would overlook it. Yes, most people would overlook you paying your bills. Like if you're paying your bills, I would not think that is like anything. Like that wouldn't even, like this is how bad it is. If I were giving a list of things to vet, I wouldn't even think about like bill paying, like paying $100 on a bill and not putting it on like a payment plan. Like that would not even cross my mind. And in fact, seeing you do that would not, like, I wouldn't check that as a positive or negative. It would just be like, that is expected. Now, if you didn't do it, then that's the problem. But like you doing it should not trigger anything at all. You're an adult. Like, what do you mean? Like, he's excited that that woman rubbed his ego. Oh my God, you paid all your bills. Yes. Ew. But being able to have auto pay setup is more impressive than having it pay right. Right. I don't like paying things auto pay because like I see a spike and you need to explain to me everything in my bill. I am that no, I'm not. I'm not that person. I'm only that person with like a mortgage or like HOA fee or foolishness like that. Demas, love when your shady remarks take you out. I've been drinking.
She around me just so happen to be. It's $100 power bill. That ain't shit. But I just paid my bill. But in her mind, she like, I know niggas that'll put 25 on that shit and then get an extension date and wait till the next month.
So it just starts and stops there.
No, it doesn't start and stop there, but that's the characteristics that women should be looking for. Can he be responsible? It's not always about the dollar amount he got in his account.
He's still talking, and my thing is, I would want to ask him: should women date men who go to prison? Because if you're talking about vetting, I don't think it's fair to ask women to vet that much for anyone. But I'm gonna ask you, because while I wouldn't judge anyone, if you date someone who went to prison, I think unfortunate circumstances, the war on drugs, blah blah blah. Like, sure, I'm not gonna fight anyone on that. But what I'm not gonna do is have someone who does that blame women for not vetting and then pretend like the woman he's with choosing him meant that she knew how to vet because he paid $100 bill. His own bill, not like $100 bill at a restaurant they went to. He paid his own bill. She noticed it, and somehow that means something. Like what? That's not the vetting. Like that is even a thing that you're considering as part of vetting. It's like the bar is probably in hell right now. The devil is using it as a limbo contest. By the way, I won a limbo contest. Didn't even know I could do limbo, but period.
Can he help me? Can we build something? So many people caught up in what a nigga got, but you need to be focused on what can you build with this person. I be telling people that stop worrying about what a nigga got right now. Does this nigga wait?
How does that make sense? Vet. Make sure he pays his $100 bill. Make sure he has this. Make sure he has this. Make sure he has it. Then the next sentence. Don't look at what a man has. Don't look at what a man has. Can you build with him? Wait. So she's looking for potential. So she's not vetting she's vetting so that you can be included. She's vetting so he can be. The vetting process he's putting forward is so he can be included. Because he's like, don't look at, maybe he's not rich now, but he might be rich. So look for good characteristic, but also don't look if he's gone to prison because that's not cute. So like, don't do that. But like, look at if he's paying his bills. Just do things that you do well, I'm assuming, and use that to vet. Bar so low, why getting just for washing here? Themis, high value men only need vibes, not credential. Period. It's a high value vibe. It'll just align your chakra and you become high value.
Wake up every morning, even if he working.
Because if I'm giving you vetting tips, I'm gonna put a dollar amount based on the state you're in. It's not just gonna be pay your bills. Like, what do you mean? These people have to put themselves in the center of whatever they're doing and then create the vetting process around themselves.
A fucking minimum wage job. Does he has the discipline to get up every morning and go to work? Because some niggas don't have that.
And this is why I feel like when I come to the table automatically, mine works out so good for me. My relationships be so good. They ride out times like nice and long because it's set on the table. Hey, this is what my life is looking like. This is what these bills are set. What you do? What you make? What's this? Your credit score's bad. We probably don't qualify to be with me because it tells me you don't take care of your business. This mortgage is this much money. You don't make this much and you're over 27. It's probably not gonna work. You're blooming a little too late for me. It's just for me, I just rather set it there so that way we don't even go down the wrong alleyway of getting to know each other because you look good and you're gonna treat me right and you telling me all the things I want to hear. What can you really do? Once you show me what you really could do, because you're proving yourself to me. Because at this point, I'm the catch. So sometimes a lot of men don't value themselves like that. So they are.
For you to unironically refer to yourself as the catch is like just absurd. Like, it is so cringe. It's so bad. Like, I'm the cat. Girl, you're the fish. Let me stop. If a multi-million-dollar business that have departments dedicated to vetting can get it wrong every now and then, why are they pretending that the average woman, right? Like, I'm just confused. I am just confused. This is confusing. Thank you, by the way. Who was that? Jacqueline, I think it was. Thank you so much. Paid my car note today. Everyone fight over. Period. We need we need to have a Hunger Games for these. This man said he's the catch, and I can't even move past this. Like, this man unironically said he was the catch. Period. Fruitcake gang gang.
Out there just paying. No pressure to my boys. Just pay for it as you want. It's okay. But then they realize they got these hollow-head girlfriends that all they know how to do is sign for a bond and a bail. They don't have no girl that know how to read the manual. They don't know no girls that.
Weren't they just talking about boss women are not good and they don't want their women to be like these super rich, educated women? But like, now you're like, oh, they can't. Y'all better be Goldilocks out here. Like Sinji said, even the army can't vet these. Dust. Oh, you have duties. I'm glad you said duties and not dusters. Thank you, voice of reason. Anyway, Themis, when are you going to see Beyonce? I'm going alone in Chicago and looking to make 2 or more. No, I'm not going to Chicago. I wish I was going to Chicago. I don't remember my date though. Yeah, I'm flying out of state because I want an experience. I want an experience. Black women earning power and spending power. Soft Life 2023. Look, my thing is, these men literally just talked about how they don't want a successful woman essentially because they're hard to deal with, and he also won 50-50. So I don't know where you're going to work to be able to be just like him unless he's not doing well himself. But like he's like, I am doing so well and I want someone like me, but I don't want a boss. I don't want a woman doing really, really well because they are hard to deal with. But also, like, they need to do really, really well because, like, if they don't and they don't bring enough to the table, then they're quote unquote earheads, and I don't know how to like deal with them. Like, what? Don't sound like you want to. Well, let me stop.
That know how to fix something and get things accomplished and completed. It's people I date that when I tell them something, they execute it because I sat there and I listened to them and I understand, like, okay, cool. This is what they could do. This is how they're going to do it. This is what I want out of them. And this is what they're going to bring to the table. If it don't add up, automatically I'm saying no. So again, when we bring it back to 50-50, back in the day, I do see that dynamic is way different. A lot of people came into this lifestyle and they said, you know what? Daddy does this, mommy does this. No, that's over. Because now we don't go to Golden Corral for Sundays no more. We don't go sit at Red Lobster. We don't. That's over. Now we have Ruth Chris where the bill's $500.
That's your lifestyle.
You're right. So that's why with my lifestyle, maybe that's why the demographic gotta be different. Because 50-50 in my lifestyle, this is a 6-figure lifestyle. Touching 7. This is different.
I'm a 6-figure bitch too, though.
So then, no, and you eat with.
So I'm gonna call Cap, but I'm not in his bank account. But he said this is a 6-figure going 7-figure lifestyle. So apparently the podcast is doing really, really well or something. I don't know. But period. Didn't really say anything about a Michelin star, so don't know where he's eating, but per. Top G.
With me, so let's not.
But what I'm telling you is I still love Golden Corral.
So let me tell you this though. Let me tell you this. And what I took from that is women, they will leave with, oh, this man gotta have this. They look at the car, the shoes, the jewelry, the clothes.
What does she have?
They ain't.
Nah, but see, the thing with that is a lot of times.
Let me get this off. They not thinking about. Let me ask this nigga what his credit score looking like. Let me ask this nigga, could we go get an apartment? Do we have any eviction and repos on his credit? You know what I'm saying? They don't care about that shit.
Y'all be setting yourselves up for disaster.
So when we do it, it's a big problem.
No,
when they do it,
y'all be setting yourself up for disaster. This is why I say y'all set yourself.
Look, I'm with him. I think women should start saying, what is your credit score? And if they don't have a certain number, don't date them. If you don't have a certain amount of money, don't date them. If you have a certain amount of conviction, don't date them. If you have no degrees, don't date them. Yeah, no, I think I'm but they don't want that because he said this. And if you actually played all the way out, he would also be excluded. Like, the mattress vibe lifestyle. Look, Afro butterfly. Like these people annoying me. Also, oh my god, I just looked up. There's over 1,000 people live with me. Thank you all. Hugs. This is nice. I feel loved. Broke people have poor credit because they're broke. Yeah.
For disaster.
Why we set
How many niggas in a sense, the underlying layer, you may be able to agree with this part, and we're not gonna name no names, but we know a person who went into a situation saying he could get her a Rolls Royce, he can get her a G-Wagon.
Well, I ain't that nigga.
Let me finish though.
I
He
ain't
can
that
get her a Rolls Royce, a G. Am I lying though?
No.
Am I lying though?
No,
I'm not
no.
lying about that part.
No.
He said he can get her a Range Rover, the newest one. He could take her on a yacht, the newest one. He could take her on a jet, the newest one. Literally, these are things that he was telling her.
That's some
So
lame
what it is not just lame niggas. It sound good because it fits your narrative. But what a lot of men do, they go into these situations and they lie about their lifestyle, and they lie about their finances, and they lie about what they can do for her, and they lie about how they can do it for her. So then when you see that you're not at that place no more, then that's when you want to split the bills 50-50. But see, this is the thing. You've been paying the bills. That's all she knows. Sometimes those things be accustomed to her because you brought her into the situation, splitting the bills. So now because you down on your dick, you can't necessarily say, let me finish this though.
Yeah.
You can't necessarily say that I'm not a good woman or I don't know how to hold my weight when I am spoiled. I am accustomed to what you show me. But if you came into the situation being real and letting me know what you really had going on, opposed to lying about your lifestyle, then I would be able to show you what I'm capable of doing. A lot of niggas be lying.
So you justifying a bird?
No, but what I'm telling you, I'm not just justifying a
That's
bird.
a
What I'm
bird.
telling you is niggas be setting themselves up.
And I agree with you.
But what is she though?
They be setting themselves up.
But what is she though? What is she though?
A nigga come around me, you know.
But what is she?
A nigga come.
Yo, why are these men hurt? I feel like I usually don't do the your hurt thing because like even if you're hurt, if what you're saying is correct, it doesn't really matter. So it doesn't matter, but what they're saying is wrong. But this one in the black right here look like he's been hurt. I mean, if he showed up to a date like that, I understand why he would like feel some kind of way after the date. I can get that, but like he seemed hurt, and like I don't know who hurt him because he is talking with so much confidence. It doesn't seem like he should be hurt if what he's saying about his income, how great his relationships are. It sounds like you get good women. Like, I don't know why, if they were so good, the relationship didn't last. But like, that's neither here nor there, apparently. But if you get these good women and your relationships are so amazing and you make so much money and like you don't have a care in the world, why are you mad? Like, obviously there are women who you like and you get with and your life is great. So y'all wouldn't date a millionaire with a GED. Period. They said have standards. You balance it out. The money and the education, and then the actual intellect outside of a formal education, because a formal education doesn't actually mean intelligence. So we have to create the scale.
No, we get into the meat and potatoes guy. Because let me tell you.
But listen, let me say my piece. You can't. That's just an argumentative point. You can't say that about bird niggas that be trying to flex. For one, the females that fall for that dumbass shit. No, it's not, nigga.
It's really not.
The girls that fall for that dumbass shit, where the nigga gonna buy you in that shit, and you believe that shit.
If
he ain't out the gate doing that shit, it's a fucking lie. Y'all should already know.
These niggas be lying.
Y'all just be mad because this nigga say.
Y'all know I'm telling the truth.
No, you should blame that on the gullible ass females that believe that shit.
That's fact.
If he ain't got a Range Rover, if he ain't got a Rolls Royce truck, if he ain't got a G-Wagon.
You should learn to vet, but if they lied to you, you are to be blamed for believing the lie that they told to you. So you should know, you should be a lie detector, which lie detectors aren't even that accurate. So you should just know when you should be God. That's what women should be God. You should be all knowing. You should be omniscient. That's what they want you to be. Because absolutely. Your reaction to sometimes they lie is the woman should know. Okay, girl, period. I don't understand. Isn't asking about credit masculine? Girl, go ask someone about their credit and see if that works, because these men are lying. They know it doesn't work. They're not giving practical advice. What they're doing right now is trying to blame the women for their lack of success. I'm going to wait till he says what he says so I can get to talk.
If he ain't got none of them cars, how the fuck he gonna do it for you?
Yeah, none of those.
The thing is, a lot of y'all niggas be up within that month, and then when they be down on their dick, then things change.
But does he have it though? Did he have his G-Wagon? Did he have his G-Wagon?
Love your energy, Themis. Thank you for sharing it with us. Oh, no, thank you for this energy. I feel good right now.
No.
So we're not able to lease cars? We don't lease cars?
No,
I never leased a car in my fucking life.
No, when I say we, I'm talking about the lifestyle of Atlanta, because I have.
No,
I mean, people do.
We don't lease cars here?
But you're not leasing no Range Rover and no fucking G-Wagon. You're not leasing that.
No, you're not going down.
No, but what I'm telling you is so niggas don't be putting on the front and the facade.
But
what I'm saying is, I have never been around them type of niggas, so I don't know. Niggas I be around, they really got money. I'm not even gonna cap. I don't hang around no nigga that's gonna fake it, because that shit may rub off on me, and I don't do that.
It's all good.
You're not going to rent that.
He says that as he's sitting next to this one right here, who just said he's a millionaire, essentially. This one right here just say he's almost a millionaire. So you are like, I don't be around people. I did say I don't be around. Yep, I did. He said, I don't be around people who fake it, while sitting across from this man who just said he's a millionaire or about to be a millionaire. That's what so y'all just lie. Y'all just lie. Weren't you in prison?
Oh my God, that's a big one. You ain't finding that.
I ain't never seen that.
It sounds good.
Yeah,
but I'm not saying niggas don't lie.
They lie all the time, 24/7, 7 days a week, 365.
You should check the character.
And then when
you
the
should check the character of your homegirl that believe that shit.
Get shined on them, then it be different. Because guess what? It's quite because she's not a bird. My girl is a boss. She's not a bird.
We ain't saying no names. So next
we're not saying no names, but let me just go ahead and touch on that now. My girl is a boss. What it is that nigga lied. If you wasn't able to keep up with my bitch lifestyle, then you shouldn't have got into the situation in the first place. But guess what? So you never. So in public, but we already know they're gonna lie. They're not gonna fess up to
Say
it.
it.
You won't be starting.
No.
Y'all lying.
Thank you, Blue Jay. Oh, he's calling them out. He just said, you ain't stunting. You ain't stunting. So he knows this one be lying. This is why you need to be on. You need to be on podcasts with people you're friends with. So when they're lying, you just call them out on it. He's like, so you don't be stunting. So we know. Like, you didn't have to tell us. You literally didn't have to tell us that this one with the thing around his head looking confused lies, talking about he's almost a millionaire. Girl, that is the devil could have told you that lie. These men should mind their carb intake. Vegetable, look.
Stunt
No, I
on
don't.
who?
So you never lived this lifestyle at being a 30-year-old man and you being a 31, heavy on the 31.
31.
You guys have never stunted before?
My nigga, what I had is
When
what
I was a
had.
kid,
Nobody
Listen
can be
to what
real.
I'm
You
trying
gotta
to
be
tell
real.
you.
today's day and age, I do not stunt.
What I had is what I had, and what I
And
didn't
I
have is
do
what I
exactly
didn't
what I
have.
said.
Lying.
Because I really do this in real
Sexy,
life.
sexy.
Ain't
Look at
nothing
this, my
about
boy.
me
I ain't
stunting.
never had to lie to get no
I
pussy.
ain't pretend-
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'm not talking about
literally
lying to get
lying.
pussy.
Sexy, look
I'm
at
not
me.
talking about lying to get
Look at
pussy.
me.
So
Look at me. I ain't never had to lie about no whips to get no pussy.
I
I
ain't
ain't talking
anybody
about
I
lying.
was saying anything.
I'm not talking about just
Yeah.
lying. I'm
So,
talking about
what
putting
else?
more than what you have.
Why? We don't have to do that.
Putting on more than what you have.
What?
Okay, next topic.
Yeah, change the topic because you know I don't do that. I point and I get anything. And I don't got to tell them nothing.
I
Based
don't
on this
believe that.
aesthetics and the way that I look, if they may be thinking that they might get something at the end of the, that's not my fault.
Yeah, what they
they
perception
look at
might
me
be versus.
See, this is weird. He's a millionaire in Chuck. He just said I don't lie or exaggerate about what I have. I just point, and based on the way I look, they might think they're gonna get it, or they think I have something, and if they don't, then that's on them. But you just literally told us you were a millionaire. So if they think you have something, you should have something if you're a millionaire. I'm confused as to how you just said, oh, if they think I have something, that's on them, when you just told us out of your mouth that you are a six-figure earner going 7. What do you mean? You said, look at me, and I'm not sure why you told us to look at you, because we've been looking at you all this time, confused about what Ah!
They're
What I
like,
tell
ooh,
them
I
is
see
two
the
different
chain and the
things.
watch and the rings. Oh yeah, I got it. It's a gold mine at the end. It's not. After you do your big one, those over there.
It's
some
pick me
water.
vibes over here.
See you
Say, I
later.
feel like you love.
No, I
What?
wouldn't necessarily say pick me vibes. I think
It
a lot
just-
of
it
times
just gives me
men-
pick me.
No, because let me read you
It
down.
gives me just
Let
go
me-
get your dick cut off at this point and just go get a
Let me read
vagina.
you down.
Goddamn.
I wouldn't necessarily- For me though,
Shit.
it's not really a pick me vibe for me.
You need some pussy so you can really see what it
Go
feels
ahead.
like.
And
Like
then
you need
when
pussy.
you get done, let me talk.
Yeah, you
I
need
agree though.
pussy.
I think if you fuck the chick one time,
I would never.
You'll be done with booty hole. You'll be
It's
done.
disgusting. It's disgusting. And I don't do booty hole, baby. I don't do booty
oh,
hole.
this
I for me, I don't think that it's a pick me vibe. I think it's more so. I think the underlying layer of who I am outside of being a gay man, I'm a black man, and so I have a black mother, and I lived in a black household. When
you
I
got for
see,
women harder than you
let
have
me-
for men. You still a man.
let me finish though. I grew up in a household with a phenomenal black mother. So this is what was showcased to me. So outside of me and my ego, because that's what a lot of men be based in their ego, and outside of misogyny, I am able to, as a man, a black gay man, I'm able to actually see a woman's worth as to who she is. I don't think it's a pick me
It's
vibe.
different,
Not
though.
saying, let me finish.
your
Not saying that
father
men,
did it.
not saying that men don't have valid points.
But your father did
I'm
it.
never saying that men don't have valid points. And what I'm not saying is that we sat on this podcast this whole time and talked about some shit that wasn't real or you didn't make valid points. But for me, I think a lot of times men are not able to come out of their egos and come out of the misogyny and come out of wanting to be the man and the gatekeeper of what's going on and understand that women are really the rooted base of how this world operates, and I'm able to respect them for that. It's not about being a
Love Mommy
Sexy.
Lisa, but Mommy Lisa was only able to be Mommy
love
Lisa
a black woman.
because of your father.
Love a black
So,
woman.
She
But
was
sexy-
only able to be
this is
that strong
but
black
guess what?
woman
Mommy
because your
Lisa-
father
Mommy
gave her the
Lisa
ability to
would've
do
made it
that.
regardless.
No, we don't know what would happen
Mommy
regardless.
Lisa would've
We
made
got to
it
speak
regardless.
on the facts. The facts is he is the reason why Mama Lisa is that strong black woman, you know, because we don't know what it's like if daddy wasn't paying everything. We know Lisa did her part, but daddy set the foundation. That man did
We
it.
know what it
And
would have
that's how
been.
it
It would have
works.
been
So what I'm
Section
not
8.
doing is-
It would have been
I'm
housing
not
vouchers.
negating-
It would have been
I'm
all
not
of that. Because that's
negating-
half what the
I'm
black
not
women are
negating-
doing.
Yes, please cut it off. Now, the Afro. The problem I'm having currently is you're like, the man set the foundation. So what foundation are you about to set when you're doing 50-50? Like I don't know what foundation you're trying to set.
With my father did. My father's a phenomenal man. He's still a phenomenal man to this day. But for me, I think a lot of times when it comes down to men, and I was even going to talk with you about this the other day, a lot of men don't even like women. And it shows. It shows in their opinions. It shows in how they operate. It shows in how they talk with their friends. It shows that a lot of times men just go for women because that is the right thing to do. That is what we are taught up on. But a lot of men don't even really like women because you don't respect them. You don't see their worth. You don't understand them. You don't try to understand them. And the only time, let me finish. And the only time, a lot of times, and I'm saying black because we black, the only time a black man is able to actually respect a black woman is if it comes from trauma, is if she's putting money on his books, is if she's holding it down. That's the only time he's able to understand, or if she's crying. But a lot of times when it comes down to black men, they do not really respect black women. They do not really appreciate black women. So you can't really, and I don't even talk about you. Yeah. I'm directly to him, so you can't really say pick me, because what it is as a gay black man, and I'm not even sexually attracted to them, I respect them and I honor them. Sexy, and I understand that they make it happen.
But you can't a lot of y'all busting opinions,
y'all do not.
Sexy, you cannot say that. Because one thing,
when it come out, all it's going to show is y'all contradicting y'all.
No, we're not.
The whole time.
Listen, you cannot say that because you don't know the emotional shit that we go through because we actually been in love with women. We actually had kids by women. We actually dealt with the women's bullshit. You ain't never felt that. You just hear the chatter box of what the girl tells you on your phone.
A lot of that love that these niggas,
my nigga, you never been with a.
Let me leave that thing alone. Too many words. I'm not even critiquing the thing. It's just too many. Like, it actually makes my head hurt a little. This is funny because I was Houston, Texas the past September at the Turkey Leg Hut, and people was giving attention to Big Lex. That's how I found him. Oh, is this who Big? Is he Big Lex?
Girl, you don't know the difference.
Trauma. A lot of that, because I could tell you the difference between a real love and affection relationship.
But you don't know. You never had that with a woman.
I've seen it though.
But you never had it.
But I've seen it. So
but it's different when you had it in village.
Outside looking in, what I can see is a lot of men don't even really like women. You only deal with women, and you only do women, and you only fuck them. But a lot of men don't even take the time to really understand a woman. It just sounds good. It looks good. But it is true.
You just want to recruit more people on the gay side. That's not true.
What do you think they like though?
What you mean?
You saying they already like?
He just want to recruit more niggas on.
He just want to recruit men on the gay side. What? Wait, what? So he's telling you that y'all are wannabes essentially, and that y'all don't know how to respect women, and y'all need to do better. And y'all need to be leaders in the household. And you interpreted that, him saying y'all don't love women or don't know how to treat women or whatever, you interpreted that as he's trying to recruit. So he's gay and he wants you who does not provide, you who want to give 50-50. He wants, y'all really be thinking too much of yourself. Like, y'all really be thinking too much of you. While you're getting dragged, you're thinking someone wants you. Like, what? So no. Like, why do people always do this? Like, no one, absolutely no one is trying. Well, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what. Nothing he has said in this have highlighted that he's trying to convert them. And I didn't realize people could be converted to gay. Like, I didn't know this. I'm sure there's gay for pay, but like, I didn't know. Anywho. So...
on the gay side, that's not true.
No, I'm not talking about gays. Y'all gotta think deeper.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm asking. I'm saying, what do you mean they don't like women?
Behind the camera.
Yeah, I want clarity. What do
No,
you mean
I'm not talking about gay. I'm saying a lot of men don't like women. Exactly what I said.
Like what?
And I'm not talking about sexuality.
Right,
I'm talking about
so what do they like?
human beings. As human beings.
I don't think that goes as women. They just may not like that certain person.
I don't know if they're actually like being like dishonest about their lack of understanding, but like when someone say you don't like women, even though you're straight, it's not saying you're gay. Like there's a lot of homosocial bonding that happens where a lot of men feel closer to the men around them than to the women. Like there are men who date women who don't even want to talk to the woman, don't want to hang out with her, don't want to like, they're not friends. They don't even like each other. But like they like each other only like physically. And it's quite odd that that statement is incomprehensible to these two men. That's odd. I feel like they know what it means. They're just playing dumb.
No, but you're talking about sexuality.
No, I'm
sir.
saying what do they like. I'm just saying they don't like women. They
Yeah.
just deal with them. So what do they like? What do they?
They don't like women.
So what do
They may like dogs and hot dogs and hamburgers, but they don't like women.
I'm done.
I'm so serious. I'm so serious. And I know a lot of times because I'm a Gemini. So I'm able to go deeper in the surface. See, y'all really
Lost me and I'm a Gemini, but 2 + 2 = chainsaw. Math not math. Period.
like on the shallow level. Y'all thought sexuality.
Shallow?
I'm about heavy on the shallow.
Because when you said don't like
You know what
women,
shallow means?
No, but if we take in the context of what we're talking about,
Yes.
I never say anything about sexuality.
what's up?
I didn't say anything about sexuality.
Why would I
I
just-
said, so what do they like?
Why would I just put that on men saying that they don't like women? No, I'm not talking about sexuality. I'm talking about deeper underneath.
And I think the
surface.
reason why you think they don't like women is because the way you expect them to speak to a woman. That's not
but
the way
you
that
never
it goes.
dealt with a woman on a love type of level.
My mouth is
So
cotton.
you don't understand, my nigga.
Why would I understand?
Because
Mom?
you never had pussy, you never been in love with a woman, you don't know the bullshit they come with. You only know what your homegirls tell you on
That's
the
not
phone.
true.
You got to figure it's both sides
How
to that
is that not
story.
true though?
That's not true.
Like, just like you tell me all the time, it's two sides of that
Yeah,
shit.
for sure.
So you got to understand, a lot of that shit they be saying is from their own perception and what they believe that they're right about. A lot of times you wouldn't be dead ass wrong.
And what they want their
And a lot of
friends
times
to
it's
believe.
maybe wrong too.
I'm not arguing that.
And it's like
So you got to just.
but
make
what
sure
I'm
you
saying
make
you
is-
can go against a man all the time. You know
Yeah,
that?
but what I'm
I
saying
know.
is your scale is so
I
woman
think you
this,
probably
woman
do need to
that,
cut it
but
off
you
by
really
now.
need to even that shit out.
No, but this is the thing.
Niggas,
So,
we love women. Trust me. It's just the fact that we
You
don't like some
you like to
certain
fuck
type of
them.
women.
You like to fuck
No,
them.
we
You don't
it
like
just
them.
make
Girl, today I watched a video and I want to ask what is define love. Let me stop. Because like how you go up here dragging then talk about love, girl? Wait, no.
certain women that
Let's make
their
that clear.
mindset not be
Let's
right.
make that clear. A lot of men like to fuck women. You got to be
You can't
real.
put that out here, Sex.
No, I'm telling
can't put that out here.
This is not just an opinion. This is a fact.
This nigga got a whole
lot
fact
of
book
men,
now. That is
a
not
lot
true.
of men like to fuck women, and that's it.
So you don't believe in women being submissive?
I believe in women being submissive, but I believe in a woman being submissive when a man shows her that he's able to guide. Then she'll be submissive.
So,
Other than that,
so
I
a
don't
man
believe
always
in
got
it.
to prove himself to the women.
Now,
Damn, so she don't
Oh.
got to prove a damn thing.
no, she do. I said that. Don't put words in my mouth.
I disagree. Women shouldn't be no submissive to anyone. Submissive is slavery abolished. Like, what do you mean submissive? But I understand a lot of people take issue with that and want to submit. Go submit. Find your king. I don't care. But the fact that they're confused about who should show what first is annoying me. How is a woman going to submit to you if you don't prove that you can provide? If submission is in the biblical context, like, what do you mean? Like, she should show you that she can submit before she knows if you can provide and protect her biblically. What? Like, how does that work? Like, actually, I hope they're being so disrespectful to Big Sexy with those comments. He needs to tell them down. His signature saying, "Oh, I don't know who that," but it. Yeah, no, I find it kind of disrespectful too, because the thing is, don't invite me to a conversation if you don't want me to talk. Like, yeah, voice of reason, I'm with you. Defund podcast, bad microphones. Right, I would give mine up too if it means we all go with it. Like, just like collectively, like, end it.
I never said that.
So who proves
I had a
first?
mother that was proving
So
herself.
you think it's a role of who proves first, or do we just do this?
The man is the leader of the household.
So he needs to
So
prove
he
first.
leads again. Back to we lead. And so the man does lead.
Down. That I can agree with you with.
The man is the leader of himself, not the household. But if you want to be the leader of the household, if you want a woman to submit and women want to submit to you, it would be you're telling women to vet. This is your position. You're saying women need to vet. How can you tell women to vet, but also tell them to show that they are submissive before the man show that they're a leader? No, you put the responsibility on them to vet, but you also want them to show that they're submissive, even though y'all are not married. And submission only come in the context of marriage. Like, what do you mean?
But
All right.
if you're leading the household, you got to show her why you're able to lead her.
And what is she
You
gonna
have
do?
to show her. And this is the thing, too. A lot of men, hold on, y'all. Let me send this.
So you don't believe? So I can say I'm not with the 50-50, but I feel like she should help. Like, I'm not
Yes,
asking you to
50-50.
go at half on everything.
I
I
want
feel like
half.
that's just petty
That's
at that
sucker
point.
shit.
I want half.
But he said I want half.
I want half. Matter of fact,
I just feel like
need
that's petty for me. But I'm like, if I'm like, hey,
Sister, I need me another water, my babies.
but if I'm like, hey,
Ooh, my mouth.
can you handle the power bill? Can you handle putting groceries in the house?
Can you?
That I agree with.
Or
Can you
something like
handle?
that? That's
What?
not.
This day and age, well, you know what? That's why we got Carisha. That's why we got JT. And this is why the world's gonna keep on going the way it's
So
going.
what you mean by that? Elaborate in layman's terms.
Everybody, forever in the day, is gonna keep doing the same exact thing over and over again.
No, but I do
Thank
feel
you
like
so much, my ladies.
for a man to keep his authority, for him to keep his masculinity and his head of the household,
Mhm.
you can't require her to pay half, because then you kind of evening out who running this house.
Yeah, we all
So
You kind of evening out who's wearing the pants in the relationship.
No, there's
You
levels to this.
can't. You can't.
That is levels to this. 50-50 don't mean that
Good.
you don't still get
Good
bags
combo.
and shoes. You don't still get nice gifts. I don't
Good
still take you out to eat. I don't still do my big one.
You
It
just mean on the living.
on the living.
Wait, can we touch on something real quick? Now, what you had said about City Girls?
It's gonna continue then. That's how it's gonna.
Now you want to be the leader and have authority, but she should take up 50% of the bills on responsibility. At least the other one is checking him on you sound dumb. At least the other one is checking him on you sound dumb. But as to the other one, what do you mean authority? What authority do you want, sir? Sir with the white shirt, what authority do you want? Also wanting the woman to contribute. Contribute what? Absolutely not. Do not contribute nothing to these people.
It's gonna keep on going that way.
So for me, go ahead, because I like for people to be able to
Because
talk.
if literally, if we're gonna keep on saying that the guy's always gonna be doing all of these things, and if it's 50-50 some sucker shit or whatever you call it,
It is.
guess what? She's mine and I own her.
Okay, so let's break some things
what I
down.
say goes. And if I
So let's-
when,
That's-
I ain't gonna lie. I don't like that.
it's
own word.
unfortunate. That's how it goes.
Insecure little man. That's what that is. What do you mean you own her? For you to sit yourself up there, black as you and I are, talking about if you're paying the bills you own, you own what? Ownership. Girl, when was the 13th and 14th? What do you own? How insecure and little do you have to be the like be by yourself then, or be in an actual partnership where she goes 50, you go 50 if that's what y'all want, and be equal partners, or you take on a traditional role where you pay 100%, you don't own her. Still, they don't even understand the leader go first. Yeah. That's the problem too, right? Talking about I am the leader, but she need to prove herself to me because I'm the prize. Girl, if you don't go sit somewhere, sir, I submit to the IRS and IRS only, and that's on comma. And that's on comma. What do you mean? Only the IRS.
Though, and there's times that I get in situations where I feel like that. Now, if I'm
you
gonna pay
done did too
highway,
much.
no, I'll pick you up. I'll drop you off. Close your eyes. Don't look nobody's way. I pay all of that. You dial the numbers, I tell you to dial.
But that is the mindset
I run
that
it.
niggas got.
I
when they
pay
get
it, I
into
run it.
everything.
Wait, so okay, before we start segueing, so let's touch on the City Girls.
So he does not have control. He wants control, and he's trying to figure out how to maintain control. Again, from the get-go, he has a fear of being left. And because he fears women leaving him for a better man, more successful man, he wants you to invest. If you don't invest, then he owns you, and you can't do anything. You can't look at anyone because he owns you. Again, this is all coming from a deep place of fear of loss. He probably has an anxious attachment style. Usually, statistically, men aren't the ones with anxious attachment style. They usually have avoidant, but this is definitely an anxious attachment style. Like he's afraid he's going to lose and you're going to abandon him. So he's holding on tight with whatever means he has. And in this case, it's money. But he doesn't actually have the money. So he said, you need to invest so you don't up and leave because you've invested as much as he's invested financially. He keeps saying on my big one, that city girl talk. Oh, I didn't know. Actually, they kept saying big one On my big one, you said it was. So, Black, thank you so much. I didn't know what that meant. I was just going to ignore. I was going to ignore it because my little sort of colloquialisms and my little sayings are overloaded, and I keep trying to remember all of them. So I'm just gonna like keep it a stack is the only one like that is automatic. Run up a bag. I can't do on my big one. I can't add that yet. I'm gonna forget. Knock off Tupac need to stop. Stop. The short kings need love. It is giving slavery. Look, they want a roommate to be intimate with. Shaking my yeah, that's what it's giving to me. And you need to submit.
Situation. So for me personally, when it comes down to city girls, I think that what city girls be telling these girls is not to go out there and just sell your vagina. Not to just let me finish. Not to just go out there and sell your vagina, not to just go out there and just be sleeping with men, not to just go out there and just be promiscuous. What they're saying is, if you want me in that way, if you want my time, if you want to lay down with me, because this is the thing, we know personally, even though I'm not a heterosexual man, a lot of times men just want to lay down with you and you get up with a wet bag. So what the city girls
don't want me to open up a city girl
so what the city girls is saying though, you get a bag
and get the
have
money
him help you. This is how I feel with that. A lot of women, yes, it is their responsibility. If they want to lay down with you, make sure that nigga's able to get you to work. Make sure that he's able to put food in your mouth. Make sure that he is able to help you get a car. Get something out of his
What
head.
about city girls?
But city girls, this is the
Why
thing.
she don't gotta get to work?
A lot of
If
men,
she still
a lot
like-
of men
why she
pursue
can't make sure I
women.
get to work?
But a
I mean,
lot of men
you wanna
pursue
build a thing?
women, and we gotta be clear on that.
You laying down
You
with
will
me?
though.
If
You
you lay down
will.
with me, you
But
can settle all that.
but who's
You need to
pursuing?
make sure I get to work.
Why do we have to? But when I say why do we have to align
you think the women
money
is
with
pursuing men?
sex? Because you don't say
Or
that's
you think the men is pursuing the women?
that's
Let
why
it
I'm
be
saying
clear.
it seems like the woman is being bought. Why do we have to align with
The men is
sex?
pursuing the women.
They're being bought.
Every girl in Atlanta
They're
is
not
for
able to
sale.
be real because they don't want to say this is true.
No,
But
girls
when
is
I'm
for
saying,
sale.
hear me out on this, sexy. Why does women have to?
Oh, I heard that every girl in Atlanta is for sale. That's not true. Like, what? Who hurt you? Why are you mad and just spewing out all kinds of nonsense? Because someone needed to stop him and say, "What do you mean every girl in Atlanta is for sale?" Please explain that to me. You sound mad. What? Someone left you for a richer man? Like, I don't understand where this is coming from. Like, I would want to investigate this.
Line. If I'm fucking this nigga, he got to be doing this and paying. Why do they have to align that with?
You want to
sex?
answer first?
Because it's like at that point she's for sale. Any
She
nigga
is
can
for
buy that
sale.
pussy.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's a fact. And if he negates and if he goes against that in any way, shape, or form, you're being fake. They are for sale. If I can do certain things and I get to get you, that's for sale. So tell me how that doesn't mean you're for sale. If I say
You think
I'm gonna do
that's
this and this and this,
healthy?
and I get to have my way, is that for
so
sale?
hot. Sister, I'm so hot. Piece of fan, please.
Is that for sale?
Let me catch my breath real quick
Yeah,
first.
catch
y'all.
your breath.
Be so hot.
Catch your
Do
breath.
you
Go
think
ahead,
that's
Bob.
healthy for the black women?
Give me 1 second.
I don't feel like that's
I'll be
healthy
over
for a
here
woman to
melting.
say, "Oh,
Jesus.
if he got to have this, do this, and do this for me to be."
Blue schools learning them, they refuse to learn. Look, let's hear. He said it's not healthy for the woman to want resources. I think that's what this one in the white shirt is really about to sit here and say it's not healthy. It is not healthy for black women to want resources. I think that's what he's about to say.
Let me catch my breath real quick
Yeah,
first.
catch your
y'all.
breath.
Be so hot.
Catch your
Do
breath.
you
Go
think
ahead,
that's
Bob.
healthy for the black women?
Give me 1 second.
I don't feel like that's
I'll be
healthy
over
for a
here
woman to
melting.
say, "Oh, if
Jesus.
he got to have this, do this, and do this for me to be fucking with it." I feel like you could be
Oh.
bought. That means you will fuck a gorilla as long as he got $1 million.
Hear me out. You have standards that includes finances. That could be it too. To say, I would not want to date someone who cannot afford to, I don't know, pay for his own life, for example, isn't you being bought, it's you having a financial standard. But what do you mean? You can't have that. That's fine. Also be aware that having that might mean you don't meet the person you want who have all these qualities, and that's also fine. What do you mean you can be bought? No, that you have the money is not enough for you guys to be in a relationship. But if you don't have it, you can. So it is needed, but it is not. Why am I doing these like legal? It is not determinative.
Facts. These girls is dating gorillas. It's all over Instagram. The niggas be bigger than this. Giant. She's this big. She pays all the bills.
So let me just ask y'all a rhetorical question. So you don't think that as a woman who already, not like we're gonna decide.
You really are a woman. I'm telling you that.
We're gonna dissect.
Never
But
really
let's just
realized
touch on
that,
this.
but you are a woman.
So where we are is that women should vet and pick a man they can build with, but do not have financial standards. You can't have financial standard. So you should have standard, just not financial ones.
Let's just touch on this though, right? And then we're gonna go work our way down because it's valid points in each spectrum of that. You don't think if you as a man, because I'm not talking about New York girls that walk around and say, yo, what's up, B?
Yeah,
I'm talking about
heavy on it.
I'm talking about 80% of the time, men are pursuing women. Let's just be real on that.
Not in New York.
That's one thing we can agree on.
Not in New York though.
So you don't think as a man, and we're gonna, because I already know where my boy gonna go with this, but I'm saying like we start at the top layer. You don't think a man pursuing a woman who already has her shit together, right? And I'm not talking about rich. I'm talking about if you was to meet one of my homegirls, right, that's driving an average car. Let me finish, because it's context to it.
That's 10%
If you
job.
was to meet my homegirl who was driving an average car, but she pays her own bills, right? She has a couple of bags in her closet, not too many, but maybe 5 or 6 that she paid for out of her own pockets. She works a 9 to 5. She gets up early in the morning. You don't think that she is not allowed to have some type of standard and fucking you in order to get something out of you? Why is it that she has to fuck you and you contribute nothing to her life?
So
Answer that for me, one at a time.
What percentile is that of those girls that's paying their own bills with their own bags?
Answer the question. One, the yelling though. 2, these are the men who keep OnlyFans women pocket lined, then bring that same mentality to the real life dating. I pay you perform. Yeah, which is also a problem because they're talking about like very specific women online and then trying to generalize talking about every woman in Atlanta. What do you mean every woman is in Atlanta? Absolutely, that's not true. Building with no money, got it, period. Y'all go and get the dirt and start building. Like he said, most men don't like women as human. Yeah, they don't. Like,
what percentile you think it is? Because now we finna get this
15%.
Okay, wait, hold up, wait a minute.
Yeah. Ain't nobody paying their own bills today.
So you mean to tell me,
Yeah.
out of a scale of 100%,
Yeah.
what you're telling me
It's about
is that
15%.
15% of them are paying their own motherfucking bills?
Yes.
That's bullshit. And you need to go show me that.
So
you need to go show me that.
You right now, out of
'cause
your
that's bullshit.
That's out of your friends.
No, it's stop. Y'all stop using my friends because I don't even have a lot of female friends.
Okay, so then
Don't do that.
Yeah, y'all gotta generalize it. Y'all making it too
Yeah,
much.
don't.
I
No,
only
but
go
don't.
out of my friends. Out of my friends,
Because I have
my female friends
I
is
have,
not paying their own
I
bills.
have about 2. I have 2 good female friends. So what you saying?
And what about
that
them?
part? You losing me off.
They paying
And
their own
both of
bills?
most black women in the black community are paying their own bills. I don't know what people are doing. No, absolutely not. They're not only paying their bills, they're paying their bills and the man bill and the child's bill. Like, what do you mean? It's not no 15%. But I don't know why they're getting caught up on the number. Answer the question, should this person have standards?
Yes, and both of them are bosses. Both of them are
I'm
bosses.
not gonna say
and
none of
guess
boss.
what? They would never be in a relationship with a nigga like you, a nigga that want 50-50. They would never want that.
They
would never want
they
that.
don't want to, but they-
My girls
but
pay
they do
their
end up being
bills.
in a
My girls
relationship.
pay
What's
no.
the-
Sorry. Period. They would never be with you talking about no 50-50. No. What do you bring to the table? Absolutely nothing. You can take you and that table and leave. What do you mean? What do you bring to the table? He'll just come in the woman's house, set up shop with his table, talking about what you bring to the table when you're in her house. No.
Guys like me,
What's
but they
the
do more than
You're
50.
delusional.
But
You're delusional.
they do end up getting relationships with guys worse than me where they're doing more than 50.
No, you're delusional.
Exactly.
You're delusional.
What is the
And that-
percentage? Can a nigga get a 30?
But guess what?
Can a nigga get a 30?
No,
That
they don't
goes
get a 30.
back. That goes back to exactly what I'm saying.
What are you
And I
saying?
love that when
So what you saying
when
again?
this interview comes out, The comments are going to be crazy. And I promise you, the people are going to say y'all sound dumb as hell. Because that goes back
real back in their mind, they're going to say,
no,
damn.
that goes back
This
again.
guy did pay my rent last month.
So you thinking, so let me
Damn.
break some things down for you. And this we can actually Google because you're talking about stats that was created in Mars. Those stats don't exist.
We talking about the same guy talking about ancient times where
No.
when his dad was doing all this stuff.
But let me finish.
If we talk about Mars, we talking about things from 30 years ago.
We're living in a time, and don't segue. We talking on what you are talking about.
I know what you're talking about Mars.
No. You just put the scale down, and what you said was out of a scale of 100%, there are only 13% women out there. 15. Oh, sorry, 15.
Let's get on 20 now. I want to get on 20.
Heavy on 20.
Heavy on 20.
That's still dumb.
Yes.
So if we saying 20,
yes,
when we're living in 2023, this is the stats. Again, we're talking facts. We're not talking about your stats that you just made up off the top of your dome. We're talking about stats of black women being at the top of the food chain in 2023. This is stats. They are the most decorated. They are the most educated. They open up the most businesses. They work the most jobs. They have the most loans. They are creating the most businesses. These are facts. What I'm saying, you can Google this. So how dare you sit up there and say that out of a scale of 100%, only 20 of them are paying their own bills? What it is, let me finish though, Dallas. What it is a lot of these men want to come to the table and they want to be able to have sex with her. They want to be able to come into her home and lay with her and not contribute. Let me finish. Let you talk. They don't want to be able to contribute anything to what she got going on. If she paying her own bills, she driving her own car, she buying her own bags, she's getting up to go to work. You damn right you got to contribute to her life.
No, they're not.
Period.
They're paying the bills. So that bullshit.
Not to me.
Some issues with the stats, but period. More like, what do you bring to the TV show? Look, he didn't have to drag them like that, but period, he should.
That makes 400,000, $500,000. She meets the guy, he's paying the rent. So that's the point. And this is not just on a low scale. I got girls on all levels, and I know girls on all levels, and I got friends on all levels. I'm positive when they meet these niggas is paying the bills. So I don't care how many businesses she started. It's another nigga paying the bills.
What I'm saying is, I see both sides, but at the end of the day,
give us both sides. Don't just say
no.
You see both sides.
What I'm saying is, let me get it out. I see both sides.
Thank you, my
What I see is, you gotta understand, and don't take this as no shade, my boy.
No, not at all.
What I see is, he a nigga that got his shit together. He don't work hard for it, and he doesn't. And some men do feel like this. They don't want to give something to somebody that could just take from them and they not contribute. Like, you know how niggas say, you wasn't in the gym shooting with me, you wasn't in the gym throwing these free throws and shit that made me get all this shit.
That's valid.
Some niggas live by that code. Facts. They not fucking with a girl unless she can bring something to the table. And necessarily, this nigga made Amara meet a chick that's on his level. And the fact that he know that she got her own, he may not even require her to do the 50-50. But it's the fact that when you're marginalized in this small...
No, because okay, I like this a little bit now. This one in the white shirt who's been to jail, I think, is the one who has the more sense of the two, right? So if the other one is Pinky, he's Brain. I do like this. What he's attempting to do is intellectually dishonest because he's trying to clean up the other guy by saying, no. He doesn't want 50-50. He just wants to know that you could do 50-50. No. That is not what he said. He very overtly said he wants 50-50. And the reason he wanted it is because he wants the woman to invest as much into it as him financially. So no, he's not saying, I want to see if she has it. He overtly explained that he needs her to invest. And yes, she might get the bags and the shoes off the side, but he needs her to invest because if she doesn't do it, then she can just move on to the next richer man. So he needs her to invest. So it is not about testing her and wanting someone on his level. It is about his own insecurity about losing the woman because the woman can, quote unquote, be bought. And therefore, she needs to invest financially as much as he does. Not, I just want to make sure she has it just in case. Absolutely not. I know what you're doing. It is a good save, but it's an intellectually dishonest save. You tried it. And we know you tried it because you were arguing with him about how 50-50 is not good if you want to be the leader. You said that to him. So no, you are wrong. And let me see if the guy pushed back and say, oh my God, I understand. Or, oh my God, no, that's not what I mean. And I say, oh my God, because in my mind, it's the Valley Girl. Let's hear it.
Atlanta, where a lot of these girls don't got shit but won't diss from a nigga is weird. And
but wait, hold up. Wait a minute. What you mean don't got shit?
They don't. I mean,
and what scale are you reading on?
Okay, what I'm saying is I'm not talking about your percentile with the women and doing it.
So we got to speak facts,
okay, when I'm speaking facts, I'm not talking about the shit that you just said. I'm talking about these average where he be at is in the club and these brunches. A lot of these boss bitches don't be there like that. They may be there every blue moon. He's talking about the women that he run through. You know what I'm saying? They just be average bottle girls, strippers, and all of that. They don't really be having shit, but they require.
That's not true. Because you have a lot of bottle girls and strippers make more money than you and him together.
And who pays their bills?
So I'm touching on what he just said.
But what I'm saying,
that's what he's saying. The caliber of the people
the
that
caliber.
that
I'm
I'm
not talking
running
about
into.
money.
No, you just talked about money, and I can't wait till you actually.
what I'm saying,
y'all got. I could be a
I'm-
lawyer. Y'all got to make sure y'all remember what y'all think.
Play is triggered because he can't meet the yeah, he can. He literally can't. And this guy's dragging them because he's like, I see your insecurity. I'm not gonna buy into it. Like, oh, these women just want so much. No, you want access, and you don't want to engage with the kinds of resource required for those engagement. Demons coils popping. Period. So ever since I was a child, I had these like small curls. They never like get like big. I've tried.
Saying you talk about finances.
No, what I'm saying is
You
the
just
caliber
said
of the
finances.
women, the caliber of the women that he run into, they require more.
No,
than
but
what
hold
they
on.
got.
I just like to make things clear.
Because you took it as, oh, they make more money. What I'm saying is
But
the
you
character
said
and the quality of the
finances.
women.
You said finances.
Okay, but what I'm saying is
Got
the
it.
caliber and the quality of the women. Fuck the money part. Yeah, strippers, they make a lot of fucking money, but at the end of the day, they want a nigga that got this, and this, and half the time they don't have the G-Wagon. They don't have that type of stuff. They make a lot of money, but they don't be having that shit.
Okay, you say they don't have the G-Wagons. What that mean? You tying that into
No, I'm
what?
just saying to the point of what they require from a nigga to have for them to pursue him. You know what I'm saying?
And that's
I think with that though, it is if I am going to work and I'm making my own money, right? It's not what
going down the wrong road again.
Yeah, let's go down it. I want to go down that road.
Here you
as
go
much-
again.
I would give
So
it to
now
me.
that
Take
she
me down that
finally-
road.
so now that she
You didn't
finally
even
makes
finish
her own
though.
money, she get to
No,
choose.
I wasn't saying
Yeah,
that.
finish it.
And that's
Finish
why.
it, though. Go.
That's why it's so
Keep
important
going.
to listen.
Go.
Because you miss the context
He's
of what the
still
person
going.
is saying. So what I'm saying, back to what I was saying, when it comes down to a lot of women who go and make their own money, who are, because let's bring it back, and let's bring it back to that, because you're going to say the internet on fire with this, because what you did was you just called bottle girls average. You called strip. You
don't
did.
say- I
That's
did
what
not say
but
that. That's
you
not what I
just
said. Stop.
Someone said, don't gas steam. I was walking to work today and there was a wind and it was like blowing my hair, was just like blowing. I was like, period. You couldn't tell me I wasn't in one of these music videos. You could not tell me I wasn't walking in a music video. I just like and then when I walked into the building, it just went back because I sleep with like a do-rag on. So it just went back into place. I was like, period. And what about it? Not the strippers don't want him.
Trying to twist my words, my nigga. What I said is, all I said is they try to require more.
No, I cannot wait till you go back and look at this.
You sound crazy. Don't
You
try to twist my
just-
word. I didn't say
Bob.
it was average. I just said they
You
don't
said
be
average
having the
girls.
shit that they require from a nigga to have.
But you said average girls.
Okay, but I didn't mean average in that way. What I'm trying to tell you is they just require shit that they don't be having for themselves. You can't sit here and tell me that you want a nigga to have a mansion, all this jewelry, cars, and also do the same for you, but motherfucker, you can't do it for yourself or give it to nobody else. That don't make sense to me. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know.
All right. So to recap, you don't want a boss chick, but women should be able to provide for themselves what they want from a man. But you don't want her if she is a boss chick, but she should be able to provide all of the stuff she wants from you because you don't want to provide for someone who can provide for themselves at the level they want you to provide for them. But if they can do that, you don't want them because you don't like women who are successful because they're hard to deal with. Because the math, the I don't know.
I guess for me, that is just so crazy to me. And I guess people are just entitled to their opinion. And that for me, like outside of these cameras, that for me, I don't understand why a woman cannot work a regular job and want, if she is gonna mess with a man, want a man that is able to level her up.
You can want it,
don't understand,
but
how
you're
is
not
that
going
a
to
logical
find it
thing?
because I'm going to tell you right now. Even a boss nigga we can sniff a fucking goddamn gold digger a mile away. Like if a bitch want to fuck with me because I got money, it's not genuine. That's what a lot of women are failing to understand.
Wait, what do you mean? If they only want to be with you because of your money, then sure, that is not genuine. But if you become a part of their dating pool because you have money, it doesn't mean they can't love you. It just means you have something that they value also, which is resources. What do you mean? I thought the whole red pill community was aware of like, oh, finances is important. And I am a high value man. Sorry. If anyone is mad in the comment about this and like sad about it, we have not done our job. By this time, watching this is pure comedy. If you feel anything outside of just pure joy in listening to these people talk, like it should be like a science project where you're being on the inside looking out on them and like just like wondering, this is interesting. Ha ha ha. Like, if this affects you in a negative way, we have not done our job. This should be pure entertainment. There is no value in what I'm doing right this moment. There should be zero value. The only thing you should be doing is laughing. That is it. If you are upset, if your spirit is moved in any meaningful way to the negative, we have failed. We have failed. So I just needed to point that out because absolutely not. Hopefully you got your tea, water, whatever you're drinking, and just laughing like, oh God, come look over here. Look at this man. Like, look, is this a man? Are these men? Where do you think they come from? Where is this happening? Like, you should be so removed that you forget that this is within our community. Historically, a woman didn't have to have all of that. It was a man's job to prove to her and her family that he could provide before marrying her. Yeah, and if you want that kind of tradition, then you know what to do. But if you want 50-50, then let go of that submission because ain't nobody about to submit to someone broke who can't provide or protect. What do you mean? It is that simple. Stars above the emerald forest. Look, these men have been getting dragged consistently on the internet, and Red Pill is hanging on by a thread. I'm gonna see if they're smart enough to do a resurgence, but I doubt that because they're struggling by as opposed to like I mean, I guess bad toxic ideas have to fail out at some point, and people who are really intelligent aren't about to just sit there and regurgitate the same thing over and over and over again and get continued success. So, yeah, unless they find a new messiah, we'll see.
You can want this shit, but the thing about it is, you're still not.
But talk to your brother. So how your brother feel about
So,
it? Because your brother is based in money.
So what I'm trying to tell you is,
Dallas,
they
can
can
I have your
want this
opinion on
shit.
that?
They can want this shit.
Well, I can tell you me automatically, no matter what.
So do you not think that it's genuine?
It's not genuine. Her mindset is coming
So
in.
y'all have a combo.
See,
Is
my
that not a
mindset-
contradiction?
See, in my
Her
way,
mind is coming
see
in
how
the
I like
game.
to do that?
it is because this is the thing. Like, it don't. This is because I've seen this happen too many times. A chick really be in love with what you have, and they really be in love with you for you having that. Because I've seen girls really be in love with that guy because of what he
But
has.
we're not talking about girls. We're talking about you.
So for me,
They are they are homosexuals. They only like their period. Period.
I can't be used because it's 50-50. So I don't. It's not
No,
gonna work.
but that's the contradiction again.
That's what I'm saying. It's never gonna work because I won't be able to give a real input. Because
that's- you
once I
basically-
see that, if you like me for that and you don't have that, you don't even qualify. I don't even give you a
Well, let me
chance.
tell you.
Who went around wondering if people like them for their money? Which you have to be all kinds of insecure to be running around wondering if someone like you for your money. Who does that? Who does that? Someone who has been dating and who believes themselves to be a good quote unquote catch. When you say you're the catch, someone who fundamentally believes that about themselves, don't worry about whether or not a woman is with them for the money. What do you mean? Oh my God, I don't want to pay everything because if I pay everything, I don't know if she's with me for my money. Yeah, you sound like you. wannabe. Literally makes no sense. Like, who is sitting, like, actually, which grown man is sitting around thinking if this woman is with her for the money? Who does that? Someone who is deeply insecure, who probably don't think they have anything of value that a woman would want outside of the money, who probably is trying to choose out of their league. And so when you do that, you will constantly. I told you this man have an anxious attachment. He's afraid everyone is going to abandon him. That's what I'm getting. He is afraid. He is afraid that women are just going to leave him, and he doesn't know how to hold on to them. So, like, he's operating from a place of scarcity and fear. Like, he's afraid he's going to lose it. So he's like, oh my God, will she want me? Is it because of my money? Like, imagine being in this relationship, just this person hovering above you, trying to figure out if you're there for the money or if you're there to love him. How can you love someone like that? Ain't nobody got time to deal with your insecurities, sir. Deal with that first and then start a podcast. Like, we are not here to counsel you through this. Like, you need help. Is she here for my money? If you ask yourself that, you probably shouldn't be in the relationship. You need help. They are, yeah. Sitting around one. If I've ever had that thought, I'm done with the relationship. What do you mean? He is the catch, but women keep dropping him. Girl, I want to go watch Ben 10. I'm rewatching Ben 10, and I don't know why. I'm watching YouTube videos about it, and now I want to watch it. And I haven't finished rewatching Charmed. Please remember to like the video. Let's continue. Please like the video. Let me check how many likes. Oh, I want to play my mango juice commercial. No, that's for Friday. The outfit is giving poverty, and I don't buy it.
I don't even want to talk to you.
But if you go back to what you said, my brother.
Talk to me.
What you said was.
What I said?
Everybody in this room can agree.
Okay, guys, say it.
You said if they don't have a credit score,
right.
If they don't have a car, if they don't make it, that's based in what?
That's not the bare minimum, though.
No, but those were the bare minimums.
What?
He said you had to. It was a list that he gave, and when you go and watch the video,
But what he said was the bare minimum.
But
That's
those
the shit you should do for yourself.
No, but those wasn't bare minimums.
That's
That was more extravagant bare minimums.
Well, that's my
Having
deal.
your credit right?
No,
Is
he didn't just say credit. He gave a whole list, and you'll go back. I don't have the list, but you'll go back and see it, and everybody's going to see.
No,
y'all been contradicting yourselves.
No, that's not contradiction.
So is that not based? Is that not based in material things?
No, what I'm trying to tell you is
That's
it's
not,
a
wait, hold on.
Clean it up.
Hold on.
It's a difference.
No.
I want somebody blatantly saying I want somebody that's gonna be rich versus somebody saying
Yeah, because
you
mine
need to have
is
your
not
shit
based
together.
in material
Somebody I
things.
can deal with.
To talk to him, you got to have money.
Well, that ain't me.
No, you don't gotta have.
Girl, why all these men want someone they can build with? Not Team is getting a Mudwater and mango juice sponsorship. Period. Girl, the one sponsorship I would take is the Mudwater. I don't do sponsorship. I don't. But I would take, if I got a Mudwater sponsorship, I would take it. I have like so much Mudwater back there. I don't know if it works. I just like the taste now because I've developed a formula, but period. If they give me a sponsorship, they should also give me like a line so I can come up with my own Mudwater mix. Talk about that. Y'all go tweet Tyler Perry and tell him to hire me for BET so I can add some more things to BET because I don't like the way it's going.
Money, I just said you gotta be able to pay half the bills.
No, but from the base of the jump.
The base is credit, make a certain amount of money. I didn't say you gotta be making what I'm making because I don't think I'm gonna meet somebody who makes what I make, to be honest with you. I won't run into that. So I'm just saying good credit.
Y'all, did he not say 6 to 7 figures? Or
I
am
did
I
not
crazy?
run that back. I can tell
He
nobody
said
I make
himself
6
makes
second
it.
figure. That's
He
what I
said
make.
he didn't say
I
nothing
never
about
thought that I was gonna meet somebody that they come in crazy.
So what was your requirement?
He definitely said he made 6 figures going on 7. The fact that you're sitting, I wrote it down. I was taking my notes. You definitely said that. Contemporaneous notes. I can actually use this. What do you mean? You definitely said you were making 6 to 7 figures, and we all said you were lying. Now you're saying you never said that. Wait, maybe I misheard because now it sounds like he's saying I never said that. He definitely said
Somebody that's gonna be rich versus somebody saying
Yeah, because
you need to have
mine's
your
not
shit
based
together.
in material
Somebody
things.
I can deal with.
To talk to him, you got to have money.
Well, that ain't me.
No, you don't gotta have money. I just said you gotta be able to pay half the bills.
No, but from the base of the jump before
The base is credit, make a certain amount of money. I just say you gotta be making what I'm making because I don't think I'm gonna meet somebody who makes what I make. To be honest with you, I don't run into that. So I'm just saying, good credit.
Y'all, did he not say 6 to 7 figures? Or
I
am
did
I
not.
crazy?
Yeah, run that back. I can tell
He
nobody
said
I make
himself
6
make
second
that.
figure. That's
He
what
didn't
I
say
make.
that. He didn't say
I
that
never
about
thought that I was gonna meet somebody that they come in that crazy.
So what was your requirements on your list? You correct.
They gotta make good money. They gotta have a good credit score and be.
Okay, if I'm being as charitable as I can be, he's not reneging on the fact that he said he made 6 to 7, but he's saying he never said he wanted a woman who makes 6 to 7. But he definitely did, because he did say he made 6 to 7, he made 6 going on 7, and that he wants someone on his level that makes as much as he does, which would be 6 to 7. So even as charitable as I can be towards him, he definitely said this. Y'all don't want his aluminum. Can you dish it 2023? Look, he got the same job with Tommy from Martin.
able to come 50-50 with all the bills, my bills. That's it. So I got a house.
So
I got
that's
these.
the bond
Right.
rate. So
I don't.
so is that not
no bags, no
a woman
shoes, no
can't have those
cars, no
requirements?
flyness?
That's what you get. You getting
So-
you getting this line kind of you making it faint.
But is
Okay,
it,
let me talk.
Okay,
You're
go ahead.
making the line faint. What he's asking for is the bare minimum. What somebody, if it was a girl just like him, what she would ask for, she may be making $100,000 a year, right? But she gonna say, I want a nigga that make 2-3 million. I want a
Not
nigga that
all
got a
women like
mansion.
that, though.
They
Most of them
are.
are.
No, they are not.
Yes.
most
And
of
why the
them.
fuck are we whispering? They are, my nigga.
No, I just know how to work my
But
microphone.
what I'm
Don't-
trying to tell
y'all don't
you,
do what I'm doing.
Most of them are.
They will have nothing, and will require a nigga to have everything.
And he knows this.
I'm just over here working my mic.
Yo, I wish this was so true. I wish this was true. It's not. It's not. Ain't nobody in the black community requiring men to make no amount of money. Like, no, that's not true. Most men aren't millionaires. The average income is like $47,000. Like, what do you mean most women are required? What do you mean?
Like,
They will have nothing and require a nigga to have everything. That is the bare minimum. A nigga.
That is literally not true. Wait, didn't they weren't they just talking about how women are terrible at vetting and not requiring anything? Now they're saying women have these really high standard. At the beginning, they were talking about how women fail to require anything, don't even look at the man's credit score. Even said, my current girlfriend saw me paying $100 in my bill, and she was like, oh, you didn't put it on a payment plan, because these women are used to men having payment plan for $100 bill. At the same time, you're saying these same women are requiring that men they date be millionaires. Have y'all absolutely lost your mind? I think y'all have absolutely lost your collective minds. This does not make any sense. What you're starting with is not what you're ending with. Either the women in the community, majority, are gold diggers, or they don't have any standards.
Should make
so
sure
let me ask you this,
a
Don
girl
Ray.
credit score is right.
Outside of the beautiful relationship that you have with your beautiful woman, where you at that you around these type of women? Because I don't be around. I know women who don't have those type of requirements.
If we gonna speak before my situation, every girl I messed with had a job, had her own money.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the women who they making $100K and then they want somebody at $2 million. What rooms are you in? What type of women are those?
I just blame. I can hear
All the women
I'm
that you
gonna
run
tell
into,
you right now,
those people are like that.
I'm not. The thing about it is, I don't be around women like that no more. But in my past, like I didn't even say, because this is turning into.
I don't think you should censor that.
You
You don't want to put my boy in that type of hot water. That's too hot water.
What I'm trying to tell you is, the women I have run into, they do want that shit, and they are not looking a nigga wait if he don't even look like he got half the shit they thinking in their
There's women
mind.
out there like that. I can agree.
You know what I'm saying?
This is the same man talking about how women don't even look at men and vet them. They just like go take anything. Now he's saying these women's standards are so high that they don't even look at men. Like, obviously he's talking about two different women, but the way he's talking about them so generally make it seem like both of them are the majority in the community. And that's the problem because they can't both be the majority. So you cannot be talking about it generally for both ends. One of them might be a minority city girl, and the other might be a majority who don't have the quote unquote standards that you were explaining. But you can't do both. You can't generalize both. That's not how that works. He's including zero cents as two of the figures. Period. Period.
And that's why women get finessed a lot by a nigga that say, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, because all they need to think is they gonna have that. You gotta understand, you still cannot be gullible in this situation. That's why I say their perception and their character is kind of flawed and it's just shallow because you're focused on the money cards and stuff that's material. You're not looking at this man for his character. But then you'll be hurt and be like, oh, he a simp, or that's because he lied. No, baby girl.
So we're back to the bus driver conversation. So these men will say, forget his money. Don't think about his money. Think about his character. Girl, why can't you do both? Why do they think you have to choose? Why are they putting you in a position where you have to choose between someone's character and their ability to take care of you and themselves and their children? Why you have to, the character can't pay the bills. A man of good character is going to be able to provide for himself and his family, in my opinion. Take it or leave it. I don't think you have good character if you're not trying to take care of yourself or your family. And they're suffering.
He just said what he had to say to get that pussy. It's a total difference. The nigga ain't did shit wrong. Yeah, lying ain't cool. Yeah, acting like you ain't got it ain't cool. But he did what he had to do to get that pussy, and you fell for it. So really, it's you, not him. It's really you that got the character flaw because you're worried about what a nigga got versus let me see what type of person this nigga is. Let me see.
To explain what just happened, he just said a man lies about what he has, and you who fall for the lie and be with the man who lied about what he had, that you are the one with the character flaw, not the one who straight up lied to you. No, you are the one who is wrong. You are the one with the character flaw for falling for the person who lied to you. Make that make sense. I'm going to run that back again, but make that make sense. We can say you're wrong for wanting someone. Let's go back. No, we can't say you're wrong for wanting someone with resources, but you are to be blamed. You're the one with the moral failing if you fall for someone who lied to you, not the person who lied to you. I feel like lie and character should probably more closely linked to wanting someone who can provide and character.
The nigga ain't did shit wrong. Yeah, lying ain't cool. Yeah, acting like you ain't got it ain't cool. But he did what he had to do to get that pussy, and you fell for it. So really, it's
he lied to get that whatever, and you are saying he didn't do anything wrong. He definitely did. He lied. Are you thinking that because I want this thing, whatever I do to get this thing is okay? What do you mean? He's a liar. I feel like I'm kind of going insane a little bit. Like, how do you say this out of your mouth and not see how wrong you are? I don't remember this part, but I hope he got dragged.
And their character is kind of flawed and it's just shallow because you're focused on the money cards and stuff that's material. You're not looking at this man for his character. But then you'll be hurt and be like, oh, he a simp, or that's because he lied. No, baby girl, he just said what he had to say to get that pussy. It's a total difference. The nigga ain't did shit wrong. Yeah, lying ain't cool. Yeah, acting like you ain't got it ain't cool.
Lying is wrong. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's not cool. It's wrong. He didn't do ish wrong. He lied and it's not cool. No, it's not that it's not cool. It's wrong. What do you mean? I can't believe he said that. So they lie for no reason, like, OMG, really? Right in this world? How is lying not wrong? Lying is not wrong, but definitely you're wrong for falling for the lie. You are wrong for falling for the lie, but lying itself is not wrong. It's not wrong, it's just not cool. What?
Be hurt and be like, oh, he a simp, or here that's because he lied. No, baby girl, he just said what he had to say to get that pussy. It's a total difference. The nigga ain't did shit wrong. Yeah, lying ain't cool. Yeah, acting like you ain't got it ain't cool. But he did what he had to do to get that pussy, and you fell for it. So really, it's you, not him. It's really you that got the character flaw because you're worried about what a nigga got versus.
I don't think I'm going to get over this. If someone is watching, can you clip this? I'm going to probably put it in my opening at something. Like, this is a moment. Like, this is how much, this is emblematic of the way in which responsibility and accountability is externalized and turns into blame. This is how responsibility for yourself, accountability for your action is externalized into blame. Mahogany Pink did a video on this. How is this okay? This is the most obvious version I have ever seen of how people will blame you for everything. You just admit in your weird story that the man is lying. Absolutely lying. And you are saying, oh, it's fine. It is justified because of what he wanted to get from you. The moral wrongness is on you who fell victim to the lie because you should have known that he was lying. All right. Y'all go find your leaders.
Let me see what type of person this nigga is. Let me see how he acts. Let me see how he handle his business, and then you will see if he got what he got or not. That's all I'm trying to say. Fuck the money. Start. What the fuck was that? Oh, what I'm trying to say is stop focusing. Stop focusing on materialistic shit. I've heard somebody say before, the character of a woman, the loyalty of a woman is based on what she has. Mm-hmm. So basically, a woman you will know if that woman for you or not if you have nothing. If you ain't got shit and she's still being loyal, she's still there for you, still helping you, whatever, that means she's loyal to you.
Oh, and don't give me them stats.
But what I'm trying to tell you is, and then the loyalty of a man is based off if he got everything. If this man got everything and he still want to make this shit work with you, still trying to figure it out, that means he love you. So you gotta understand.
But yeah, that first stat that you gave me, you have a lot of women.
If y'all think showing love to someone is struggling through mess with them, I don't know what to tell you because this don't make no sense.
Women out there who hold a nigga down, make sure he good, build him up, teach him how to walk different, act different, move different, order different food off of him.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't give advice, but let me not do that. If my daughter ever came back home telling me that she's helping someone, building someone, no. Absolutely not. And you better not be dependent on me for money because I will withdraw that finances in a minute. Absolutely. You're not building anyone up. You are not building anyone up. No. If your self-esteem is so low that you need to provide for some man to be in your life, then you will be by yourself. Or you will provide for it yourself because I can control you if you have your own money. And yes, I'm not about to give you money to go give to build up someone. Build up who? Like, that don't make no sense. Like talking about build up. No. And I will love you just the same if you build someone up on your own with your own money, but not absolutely not.
But that's a small percentage.
No, but it's a large percentage. You have a lot of women who remake men as well and help them and hold them down. Those are the neighborhoods we come from. You got to be real with yourself.
And that's cool.
We come from black-based communities
where
it was a lot of what? Single mother households. Am I right or am I wrong?
Fact.
So we are coming from households with women.
Which just completely dismisses the idea that there are so many women who are getting men to pay for them. This one in the middle can't just say yes to that after he just pointed out that, oh my God, only 15 to 20% of women are paying their own bills. When he is sitting here in the blue saying, yeah, women are running all these households and holding the community together, but you believe only 15 to 20% of women are paying their own bills. That does not make sense. Your argument does not make sense. Your position does not make sense. You actually need to go sit with yourself and figure out what you're thinking because your thinking is wrong. You cannot hold these two very conflicting ideas. Women can't be the ones holding the community together, paying for the children, paying for everyone, and doing everything while you believe only 20% of them is paying for their own household. What? No, that don't make sense. Sir, in the middle. Like, I feel like these people aren't actually investigating any of their thought processes. Like, they're not thinking about it at all. Many Black women are conditioned to struggle with it, right? That's the problem, starts above the MO force. Thank you so much. Jacqueline, thank you. Yet they'll cry and be mad about the child support they'll be stuck paying as compensation for lying, lie for sex. Don't be mad at the yeah. Well, they'd be mad about the child support they're not paying, actually, because like 50%, upwards of 50% of people on child support don't actually pay off the full child support. But that's neither here nor there, because that's the stuff they don't want to talk about. And a lot of people don't even put their baby daddies or baby father, whatever you call them, on child support. They aren't thinking about it. Not at all. Not at all. You can't have this so many conflicting ideas without trying to reconcile them. Like, this does not make sense to me. Like, cognitive dissonance does not allow for this. Like, you cannot have these conflicting ideas and think about them in any meaningful way. You are just spitting out things right now because you cannot fundamentally hold these principles or these ideas to form an ideology. You can't have this as your worldview without ever analyzing it. So you can have it if you don't analyze it. But if you ever thought about it and try to piece the puzzle together to come up with a coherent idea about how the world works and ultimately your worldview, you literally have to reconcile the differences that you are now spouting out here without ever putting them together. Like, you need to reconcile these ideas. You need to. You don't just get to talk and talk and talk and talk and never have to grapple with what you said previously versus what you're saying now and how they're different and why you can't hold them at the same time.
Who were taking care of the responsibilities and holding it down. You have a lot of women who invest their time, they love, they care, they cooking, they fucking, they pleasing, building him up, helping, making sure he's better, and he'll take all of those goods and go give it to another woman.
And
so
I'm
you
not
can't always
denying
say that. You will hold him down, you will teach him how to move different, you will teach him how to order different, walk different, you will love him, try to care for him, try to do everything that you can, and just because you don't move in a certain type of way, in a certain type of timing, he'll take it and give it to another woman.
What
and
I'm
that's a
trying to tell
fact.
you
And
is-
that's why we are living a lot of times, not all the time, but we were in communities where there were a lot of single households where mothers were by themselves, because a lot of men leave, not all, because I can't put that on all men because there's different reasons for different things. But a lot of our mothers
drag them. Leave the home in the room and see who is left, right? But men do not ever see a reason to take care of women. I just don't understand. Thank you, Ultimate Enigma. I don't understand why they know this. We all know this. This is like common knowledge. It's their truism at this point. That we are arguing back and forth about who is doing what in the community and Black women want too much. You all are lying. They don't want enough. They don't ask for enough. And that's the problem. And they don't do it because they don't believe we can be enough. And I'm not just talking about in like a romantic relationship type setting. I'm talking about just asking enough for care, a place to be able to be heard, to feel loved. And again, not in a relationship type setting, just being there, listening and helping as much as you can. Like, y'all sitting up here
who raised us held down the household, and she was left for another woman. This is a fact.
Because
this
they're
is not
not,
an opinion.
they're not checking these niggas' character.
But
Again,
and
it goes back to
You can check a nigga's character all day. He is still showing
it
true
goes back
colors.
to that. Again, you can.
I'm going to calm down and say this calmly. Because if I say it how I'm going to want to say it, I'm going to shout, and I've already lost my voice. Sir in the white shirt, you do not get to tell people, oh, check a person's character, when you still blame these women when men lied to them? You just admitted that men lied to them and you still blame them. I don't care what you have to say about checking people's character, because you can lie, people lie. What do you mean that it's their responsibility to check the character? They check it, he lied. Oh, well, you should have known, you should have been psychic. How is he going to know? Devin Washington says, all these dudes bring to the table are lies and infectious disease. Yeah, that's it. And then blame you. Talk about it's your moral failing if he lied to you and you believe it. Like, how degenerate must you be to say some foolishness like that? Like, actually, though, that I feel like I said nothing should piss you off. If this pisses you off, then I understand. How dare you sit up there, say nothing should. This man said, if you go out in the dating world and the man lied to you, he is not morally wrong for doing it, essentially, because he wants to have access to you know what. However, if you fail to see that he's lying, you are wrong for that. You are the one morally wrong for not knowing that someone is lying to you, not the person lying to you. Like, actually think how degenerate that statement is. Like, marinate on how degenerate that is. Like, how delusional it is. If we're talking, like, I would want to understand where he gets morality from. Like, I would love to sit and have a philosophical conversation about him as to how he derives at rightness and wrongness. I would, because that does not make sense to me. You are wrong for failing to know something, not the person doing the action that we've collectively said is wrong. Lying. Thank you, by the way, Devron.
Say that a million times, you can flip it another way. At the end of the day, women have to learn to stop worrying about. You got to stop worrying about niggas' ambition. You got to stop worrying. Ambition ain't gonna always mean a nigga gonna get there. What you think?
Wait, did you not just? I'm mad at my Discord because y'all should have played the rest of this. Y'all should not have me up here without playing the rest of this. Y'all should have played. What do you mean? She shouldn't care about a person's ambition. Weren't y'all just talking about she should care about a person's ambition and whether or not they can build together? Like that. Oh, I can be upset. I just don't want y'all to be upset. I can be upset. I am very much upset right now. Y'all don't have to be. I just don't understand how you can have so. It's not even different takes. It's like conflicting takes. What do you mean? She should care about a man's ambition. So, like, what are they going to build together? You're telling her to get with someone that you can build together with, but she shouldn't care about your ambition. So how is she gonna know what you want to build? Yeah, no, I'm not opening the panel. Absolutely not opening this panel. We'll talk about it some other time because it's already 9:00 and I'm probably gonna miss the gym. So what I'm gonna do after this, I'm gonna take a shower, decompress, and watch TV, and then do work before I go to bed. I'm not going to that gym. I'm absolutely not. I'm annoyed. And I'm gonna watch the entire thing. So yeah.
Nigga got how lit he is in the neighborhood that we came up in. If he's selling the most dope and you think this nigga can turn around and be a reformed thug, stop check a nigga character, bro. See what this nigga really believe in. Stop worrying about the shit. Cause half the time, I'm trying to tell you, even at the lowest point of people's lives, shit that we grew up in, we all grew up in the hood some way, somehow. Girls be trying to be with the latest niggas at the time. A lot of times niggas' character still be fucked up. They need to check niggas' character.
Facts. That I can agree on you.
But that's
and then the thing about it is, half the time these women know the nigga ain't.
You need to check his ambition. K. Samuels made the degeneracy boil to the surface. Yeah, and in whatever age this is, where people are like telling on themselves, we need to pay attention. We actually do need. We cannot close our eyes and pretend like this is not happening. You see, one of Matthew Noah's love children, he's over here putting blame in the wrong place, like Olga, right? Oh, I like how you just did that parallel. You know me. I like a quick reference to something that was previously discussed. Like, I love this. Thank you, Creative Life. You did that. Period. One plus one, two plus two equals one.
Shit when they get with them.
But this is why today the difference is for sale. Nobody's not worried about that no more.
People want monetary
Now-
value,
now
and then you still
it's all
you
about
may
money.
want that for a temporary purpose. You still end up with nothing.
That's it. But that's what goes on. Now we don't even see that no more.
You still
You
end
no
up with
longer see the girl hold the guy down for that, and then she leaves it because the girl she's fucking him, the brother, the plug.
And I'm gonna tell you like
whoever's
this.
paying the bills, she's there. Back in the day, loyalty really was real. And them black women that you were talking about, those is my, those are family members that I got. Today, before a
But you
girl
don't-
finish last, it's over. This girl already done fuck him. He paid the rent. He bought the kids sneakers. These girls is
So since we touched on Throwback
Yeah.
Thursday,
yes.
you don't think that's because of the foundation that men have laid?
In the community that y'all just discussed, that women are holding it together and paying for all this stuff, you are saying that women are having random different men paying different parts of their bill. You don't see how that's a contradiction. You don't. So y'all think these men are the ones paying for. All right, period. Is he implying that black women get blinded by money and resources that black men typically don't? Yes, he's saying that black women are blinded by the resources, and that's the problem. They're living in delusional land, by the way, and they know this. And I know that this side of YouTube is correct because the stat actually, it is impossible. Their reality that women only want men who are multimillionaires is not correct. It's not true. It can't be true. It cannot be true. Like, this is ridiculous. All of this is ridiculous. And it's low level, low frequency. I hope y'all are enjoying it. I'm just quite annoyed at the fact that, like, there was a point where I thought the guy in the white shirt was actually doing some level of thinking, not much, right? Like not a lot, like nothing to be like, oh my God, you're smart. But like, okay, his mind is working somewhat. And because he was defending the guy saying, oh, he doesn't want 50-50. He just means she should be able to help if need be or whatever, right? Terrible defense, but a better defense than she needs to come to the table with what I have and also submit. So I was like kind of hopeful a little bit, but the annoying part is today when we were watching during whatever on the Discord, I never got to this part of the video. That's the problem. I was not mentally prepared for this part of the video.
Say whatever it's about, but I'm telling you where we at right
Okay,
now.
so it goes back to the product
Let's
of the
don't-
man.
yeah,
So
It's
that,
the
that
foundation.
just mean that
Is
just
it really
means
Go ahead.
the
that part a
women
little
they
bit?
are traumatized, and that
No,
again,
Yes.
right, it could be that.
Yeah.
That I can agree on.
And all of them.
But
these
what I'm
bitches is
telling
not, they used to be in love in the beginning, want to give a guy a chance. It was real.
And down the
50-50.
line-
We didn't need to do 50-50 back
down
in
the
the day.
line, they got
I
hurt
knew
so
she
bad,
probably really
they
loved me.
traumatized. So at the end of the day, that means black women
Because I
can't-
wasn't always a 50-50 person.
Guess what? I
I
don't
didn't mind paying the bills
I don't
before.
fault my girls.
I was
And you know
good.
why I don't fault my girls
They need
because
counseling, bro.
you taking it back and men need counseling. Worse.
But I'm gonna
When
tell you,
I tell
like,
you
what
no,
we talk
but
about
that
when
is-
it comes to that.
But that is good, no,
No,
because
so-
back in the
You can't
day,
say nothing
I
to
would
this
have
nigga without him giving a rebuttal. But what I'm saying is, let me just say this. What I'm saying is, yeah, we may need counseling, but when it comes to that topic, you can't just because we hurt you and did all this shit over the years. Women done shit too, but now you trying to flip it to say a nigga need this, that, and the third. I'm gonna tell you right now, a nigga that really got money.
I was touching on what he said.
But what I'm saying is, a nigga that really got money, that's the easiest shit you can get out of him. That's still nothing to him. So when you thinking you getting something out of this nigga, he's really giving you nothing.
When I
This shit
tell
is
you-
he got this shit.
Good convo, but you talk about like something that's like over there. I'm touching on what he said.
That's
What
what I
he
said.
That is such a weird take, and it's kind of ignorant. How you measure what you receive is not generally by how much loss the person has in giving it to you, right? And what I mean by that, you know, the story about Cain and Abel. Well, I'm not going to get into the biblical story, but yes, there is something to be said about someone giving you $10 if they only have $10, right? Because they're giving you their last, and that is sentimental and it's meaningful. But if you need $100, it is just $10. While that might be more sentimental and meaningful to you, a person who has $1 million giving you the $100 is actually more useful to you with the $100 because, again, you're getting the full money that you need to do whatever you want. I don't know, pay your electric bill, as the guy said before. If you're getting that, sure, you might have more sentimental value to the $10 because he is giving you all that he has. But the person giving you the $100 is giving you all the money you need. Now you can make character judgment on both people and whatever. The truth is, you really can't based on that scenario alone because the person with the million gave you what you need, and even though it didn't scratch the surface of the amount of money he has, the one with the $10 gave you everything he had, but that didn't scratch the surface of what you wanted. So depending on what you value and how you're attempting to value, I don't know what to say about both men. Maybe if you needed $1 million, the person with $1 million would have given you the $1 million, but you don't know. To value something by the amount of loss that it or damage it does to the person giving you, I think it's not a bad thing to do, but to judge someone for giving you what you want because it doesn't hurt their pocket is also weird because that's what you need. And because they have enough to help you doesn't mean they're a bad person because a worse person than the person who gave you what they like. What? Like that doesn't make sense.
Said was
natural. No, but that's what I'm saying. Naturally,
repeat it one more time.
But that's what I'm saying. Naturally, right now, that back in the day, Throwback Thursday, 50-50, I didn't need to do that. I didn't mind coming to the table going, my paperwork. She was genuine from the start.
I have family members.
Yes, from back in the day. Today, though.
So do you continue to be loyal to something that's not loyal to you?
Back in the day,
answer my question.
It was different. It's you don't know now. Now I know.
Do you continue to be loyal to
I never could be in that situation. I've never been in.
Adding on to what Vaughn said, or do you find your own route and your own way, and you use that, not necessarily saying it's a right or wrong thing, but a lot of times women are traumatized because what? They was raised by their mother. They was raised by their grandma. They was raised by their auntie who was loyal to a man that was not loyal to them. So that it is a pass down.
This is an easy fix. 50-50, nobody, who's beating who?
That's why we
you
need
can't.
To get back in church.
If there's no 50-50, now I gotta.
Themis, maybe their real issue is with rich men. We know they won't come at them though. They're so goofy and yeah, no. By the way, CJ Williams, that's where the issue is. That the guy here, the one with the face right now, is the person who said he doesn't want to pay 100% because if you do that, then she'll leave you for someone who pays more. Yeah, their problem is, and like younger men's problem is with older men who dip into their dating pool with resources because they, the younger man, don't have resources and they can compete with older, more established men. And instead of being mad at the older man who come into the dating pool, they're mad at the women who they say want resources. And if that is true, you, sir, don't have the resource. So yes, they will go with the people who have the resource. But that's not the truth. There are tons of women who just want a good guy, they want to be together, build together, even do the 50-50 together. But you are online talking about some submission and ain't nobody about to submit to you while they're paying 50% of the bill. That does not make sense. Stop talking about submission and just go on and do your partnership. Thank you. Nature Calling. I thought he said all women want a man that makes $2 million. Now women should be with him with no ambition. I'm confused. Yeah.
I believe this bitch is really there for me. If this 50-50, baby, you fucking yourself over too. You live with me.
That's
you
why we gotta get back in church.
I don't feel like
now
I feel just as good. I don't have to worry about me dishing out too much and I'm getting fucked over in the process. Now I know it's real love. You worked hard, you sweated, we sweated, we in the house, we fucking, we both.
Yeah, that's his fear. He's so afraid of being used. That's so sad. That's so little. He probably was used by someone before. I don't know. I'm not about to diagnose him, but that I don't like people who operate from that much fear. It is ridiculous to me to operate from that much fear. Like you want her to contribute because you are so afraid that if she doesn't, she won't be as invested as you, and you don't know if she is in love with you or with your money. Like what?
I'd be like, shit, damn, it was a long day. This is good. Now we both get up and go to work again. If I'm doing all of this shit and you do some shit, I'm gonna be broken, hurt, and then your ass just go to the next household. We not doing that, baby. You gonna invest just as much.
Yeah, he's again. I call this. He is protecting him, trying to protect himself from hurt by saying you are investing as much. So if you go out and do something, I don't hurt as much. That's actually not how psychology work. That's not how any of this work. If you actually love the person and they do something wrong to hurt you, you will hurt regardless of how much she pays. Like how much you pay does not dictate the amount of hurt you feel when someone does something wrong to you. Like what do you mean? If someone go cheat on you, even if she pays a lot of all the bills, you will still hurt. Like it's not going to prevent hurt. If someone cheated on you in the past, you didn't hurt because you paid all the bills. You hurt because someone you loved and trusted cheated on you. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, now what we gonna do with this car? We both gotta pay for it. What we gonna do with this house? We both gotta pay for it. Because now it's equal right there. But back in the day, oh, the girls, they met that guy. She was in love and she gave him the taxes to flip. I know you going in there. I know those old baby mother. They did all today. No, nigga, you're not getting these taxes. So you gonna pay on that bitch. She's saying no now. Now she fucked the
That's
nigga who
one
got
thing we
taxes
can
too.
agree on.
Everything is different
And I
now.
love
Everything's
that for my
oh yeah, no,
girls.
you're not getting that.
I love
my
that for my
car
girls,
to go
though.
pick the bitch up. No, you
That-
don't get my car no more.
that is
But back
valid.
in
What
the
you
day,
saying?
he could get the car. He could get the taxes. She can stay in the crib. She trusted him. But now, no, when I go to work, you fucking another bitch in. So now that they all traumatized, yeah, you gonna come into this house here. Well, I want to know you ain't fucking nobody in my house either. So now we 50-50. This our shit. So when I come home, I'm gonna blow this nigga's face off too, because this is my house too. Before it was her house.
Good
Nigga, get
combo.
out. This
Good
is mine.
TV.
Go out the door. No, don't.
That's
don't
why
work like
I
that.
feel
It's
like we gotta
mine too,
get back to
baby.
church.
You get out. Take you and your nigga out. Now we gotta mediate. Back in the day, a nigga do something wrong, he had to go out with his duffel bag and go in the car. Niggas ain't smart enough. Now today, the nigga, that's his house now. He learned that. No, bitch, I own this shit. This is mine.
That's
you don't
why-
like what I'm doing, get out. And when the bitch is smart and she come 50-50, now she got some say in it. No, baby, this is our shit.
Facts.
We're gonna talk about this together. This is ours. Now it's a whole nother.
It looks like Gabriel Union started some foolishness. It looked like Gabriel Union started some foolishness. If you are actually sitting up here saying that if you're the one paying for it and something goes down, you're going to say, oh, it's mine. I think you're devaluing the labor that goes into taking care of the home. But you shouldn't be dating. If this is how you view your kind of relationship, and I'm assuming marriage, if y'all are living together in homes and y'all are putting together on homes, I'm assuming y'all are married. This seems odd. Like it seems really, really odd to me that like the view of the relationship is so transactional. Because like I assume like if I'm in a relationship, I'm just like whatever needs to get done needs to get done. This idea that like if I pay for all of this, it's mine. And I will just throw it in your face when we're arguing. Unless you pay half, then we'll like argue back and forth because it's ours. And if you cheat, it's like the pain is the pain is the pain. Like, what do you mean? Like, it feels so immature that you're like calculating how much investment to sort of equate to the amount of emotional pain you're going to feel at the end of a like girl period. Y'all do this. This man is hurt.
The ball game. So if it don't work 50-50, I'm not even arguing with you. Which hold.
Wait, are they advocating to drive women's cars, spend their taxes, and stay home in her house? What did I just see? Girl, what you heard was them not saying anything, not knowing what they're saying. That's what you heard. Absolutely nothing, April May. Thank you.
Who you talking to? You paid this? All right. I'm going to bed. You finish cooking.
So let me ask you this: how do you feel about your significant other having friends?
No. I mean,
Elaborate.
Friends that's in a relationship, yeah.
Friends that add substance.
Single friends, I don't agree to it at all.
I hate
And people would say that that's shallow.
It is not shallow. So you need help from my perspective, not a diagnosis. This is super insecure. What do you mean if do you believe people are existing without friends currently? The answer to that is no. People are not generally existing without friends. A lot of people have social network and friends. Wanting to isolate them is the first sign of something. I'm not gonna say it. Okay, fine. They have friends. Are you gonna tell them to drop all their friends because they're in a relationship with you? Like, I can see you be apprehensive about certain kinds of close male friends with your partner, particularly someone like you who I deem to be absolutely insecure. That's fine. But when you say no friends, is that including female, like female women, whatever you call them? I'm trying to use his terms. I mean, if you say this up front, then period. To be fair, if you say this up front and a woman decide, yeah, you know what, I'm going to do it, then period. Because period.
Self-centered.
Elaborate though.
That single friend is always going to give that single opinion. She's never going to be able to give real valid advice because she doesn't really know what it's like to be in a real commitment or a committed relationship where she understands, like, oh, you know what? Sometimes your man might feel like this because of this. She's always gonna say, oh, you don't gotta tolerate that shit. No, baby, you do gotta tolerate. That man was working 8 hours. She don't know that because she don't got no man that work 8 hours. She just do everything on her own. So now when you see her friend, he came in the house and snapped and it was
Wait. Why does she have to tolerate it because you work 8 hours? I thought you were only dating someone who's going to go 50-50. She also works. It's not like she has to suppress her own emotional state for you because you are the one, quote unquote, providing. No. You're both providing. You don't get to come home and, quote unquote, I think he's going to say snap right now. No, absolutely not. What do you mean? We're doing 50-50. You better 50-50 control yourself. Like even if you pay 100%, by the way, but in their mind, if they pay, you are just there to take whatever they give you. So whatever. What do you mean you come home and snap? He needs help, London. Yeah, I agree. He needs help. Like, I would suggest he go to therapy. Sorry. A period. Its theme is serving face and not even a period. I wasn't trying, but it's face. I'm giving glass skin.
oh, he was mad because the food wasn't made and she, oh, you ain't gotta deal with that. There's a nigga out there that'll do this. That's that single shit. The other girl that
But what do you mean you come home mad the food wasn't made? Isn't this 50-50? Isn't this I don't think you know what 50-50 means. How you do you think she's at home cooking for you to come home and eat in a 50-50 relationship? Wait. This is not making sense. What is she doing at home cooking for you to come home from your 8 hour shift? Isn't she working? Like, isn't she working? Like, you don't get a right to snap at her. What do you mean? If she has to be at home cooking for you to come home and eat, this is no longer 50-50, girl. You're trying it.
got a relationship, baby, you should have had that meal made. You know he got up at 5 in the morning. You know he's tired when he comes in and he's hungry. Didn't even have a lunch break today. He's not. It's not at you. He's mad at the principal. He's thinking that baby, you home 2 hours early. At least make a sandwich and cut it in the middle. You could be tired too, but you there first. He wants to come home.
Nope, you did. Nope, 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 nope. It's 50-50. You come home and cook 50% of the food. You tried it. Thank you, Mariah, flamethrower. Not carry the one, then divide by zero. Mm-mm. He is inbred pedigree dog of Pookies. Generations upon generations of Pookishas and Ray Rays mixing together has resulted in him and his logic. Now you come home earlier than me. Don't go to bed, make my dinner. So when I come home, I can eat because I have to go up. No, it's 50-50. I put like the fact that you think you are owed food here is a problem for me. And if you work 50-50, if you're paying 50-50 and you get off work at 4 o'clock and he gets off work at 6 and you come home before him, you don't know how to play this game. It is a game and you should play it. Do not, if he gets home at 6 o'clock, make sure you get home at 6:15. Absolutely not. Because what you're going to sit there and do is come home early, cook food and give him food, clean up the place, do the laundry, everything and sweat, whatever. And then he comes home, get to rest. You know what you just did? You took on the second shift. Absolutely not. Let him come home and cook. When you come home, snap. Come home at 6:15 and snap and say, where is the food? Why isn't the food ready? Can you imagine a woman? Because they play too much. They actually play too much. Imagine how how mad they would be if you come home as a woman and say, the food isn't ready. I need food. Why isn't the food? Why haven't you cooked the food for me? We're doing 50-50, remember? So whoever comes home first cooks the food. Please note, if I were you, I am not coming home. I am not coming home. I will call you to ask where are you and how long are you going to be at work. And if you're going to be at work longer than me, I'm taking on another project. I I'm taking on another project. Not only am I taking on another project, I'm probably being the team lead. I if in the career we don't get overtime, if I'm a professor, I'm marking different papers. I will sit in the office and fall asleep in the office, put an alarm on my phone to wake me up when you get home so that I can be home after you. Absolutely not. 50-50. You tried it. The funny thing is, I actually do believe that in most in most relationships, in most good relationships, like people don't even consider 50-50. I think genuine relationship where people care about each other, it just gets done. And when you see someone do more than you try to compensate for that which they did, right? Like you try to do, if they did the laundry, you fold the clothes. If they cook the food, you wash the dishes. Like I feel like it's more caring and less transactional because like there's a kind of intuition. At least this is what I'm assuming happens, girl. I'm assuming that I'm assuming this happens. That like people care about each other enough to like want to lighten the load off of each other. So what tends to happen instead of like thinking me, it's oh, I want to help this person. I want to make life easier for this person. And you end up like probably doing more work sometimes because you are thinking about the other person and how you can help the other person while the other person is thinking about you and how they can help you. It's not how I can benefit. But I'm petty enough to know that if you come to no table talking about, if I'm talking to you, anyone says anything about 50-50, the game starts. As soon as you say 50-50, I've never, ever, ever in my social circle ever heard 50-50 being used. By the way, I've never heard it. I've never heard submission. I've never heard any of these things, right? I tend to see lawyers marrying doctors, lawyers marrying lawyers, doctors marrying doctors, professors marrying professors. Like I don't see any of this, right? So like it is what it is. But I'm putting myself in a scenario where someone is sitting across from me and talking about 50-50. If I decide to go forward with any kinds of foolishness with this, please know I'm only moving forward to play games. I'm only moving forward to play games. I'm gonna see how petty I can be and how petty you can be. Like that's kind of how I'm doing it. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm just moving forward to be petty. He means snap like viciously angry and aggressive. Yeah, I know what he meant, and he's changing it now. And no, it's not moving towards marriage. It's I'm doing this to test. It's gonna be real bad for everyone involved. I don't have time to clean. He pays for a maid service, right?
Make your man feel good. Chicks said they need to be in a soft element, and nigga need to be in his comfortable element too. We don't gotta be no soft element, but we want to feel comfortable too. I want to be able to lay like, hey, goodness gracious, I got screamed.
Oh, he wanted to be in his soft element. That's what he wants. Say it. There's nothing wrong with that. You want to be in your feminine moment too. Let it go.
On today by my director, it was so crazy. Niggas ain't saying that to their chick today because you know what? She don't even make them feel like that. We gotta go in the house and act like everything was good. Work was good.
What do you mean? She can sit there and listen to you complain if you're not going to listen to her complain. 50-50 means she has a job. 50-50 means you don't get to come home and offload everything that you've had all day at work on her and expect her to be there sweet, submissive, feminine, waiting for you. No, it means you both are probably going to have to talk to each other and empathize with each other and wait until she has a good day at work, and if you have a bad day you can tell her, and so she can have more space to empathize with you, and then you can celebrate with her for her good day. Like, what do you mean? You think these women are just going to be working and then come home and pretend that they are a housewife? Oh my god. Wait, is that what you think? I think y'all think that these women should be showing up 50-50 with you, but come home and pretend like they weren't working just as hard as you are working, and they should pretend like they are a housewife. Wait, you want these women to pretend like they're housewives after they've been working just as much as you because they're about to put 50% in. Y'all play too much. Absolutely not. Ain't no housewife here. Y'all gonna come home and it's gonna be chaos. Unless you're willing to listen to her day, she shouldn't be listening to yours. Unless you're willing to listen to her day. Not only do you want her to come home and cook, you want her to come home, cook, and then you come home and dump your trauma for the day onto her. No, absolutely not. Talking about housewife, absolutely not. Ain't no housewife here. If you wanted a housewife, you would have gotten a housewife, but you said you wanted 50-50, and that requires for you to be invested in her day 50% of the time too. You need to listen to her talk about her day, and yes, she should reciprocate, but you don't just get to come home and just emotionally dump because you want to get in your feminine zone, and she should be a traditional wife when she's at home after she paid 50% of the bill. No. I told you last time they expect women to be emotionally shamwows. Shamwow. I used to love those commercials. The quicker picker upper. If you go 50-50 for the first 7 years of the marriage, he'll provide on the 8th year. Promise.
About to lose his job. He can't even tell her that because she might slide off and hop in the next nigga DM. So now he got to go home. Yeah, work was good. I'm hungry though. No, let him feel comfortable too, baby. I'm hungry and I feel like I might be getting fired. Shit, I don't know what I did wrong. I put the money in the wrong drawer. He can't do that.
If you hungry, go cook your food. Literally, no one is stopping you from cooking your food. Order Uber Eats. What do you mean? Go in the. There are probably fruits in the refrigerator.
they don't have those type of conversations no more because the reality in relationships is not real. So her having that type of friend that don't relate and he's single and she's not, this is not gonna work, baby. You got 3 friends that's single and we argue all the time. That's because whoever you talking to about this, they not really relating with you. So the thing is, this is gonna fuck up our relationship in the end because everything that they giving you advice on is things that they doing. And they tell you what this man don't do, the next man's gonna do. They're not telling you that I'm the one that made you feel good. I'm the one that rubbed your back and made you go to sleep. And those little things I'm doing, they telling you to go get it from another man. That's just not gonna work. And is it wrong that they telling their friend that? No, it's not wrong.
No,
They're giving a real valid opinion on how they feel.
Why you think it's
the
wrong?
situation is.
It's,
my Vaughn
it's
right
wrong because misery love company. A lot of times these girls that have single friends, the single friend really desires to be in a relationship. She really desires to have a man that you have.
See,
and a lot of times they want to kill that for you.
Not true, not true. If you describe someone as a friend, they would probably care for you. So if they're telling you to leave a relationship, they could be wrong. That is true. But they're probably telling you that because they think you're being harmed in some way, right? And so the idea is you don't want them to go to their friend and tell them the bad things that you are doing, because if they think you are doing something bad, they will tell the friend to leave. If you thought you were a good person who could care for the woman you're with, you would not have a problem with them going to their friend and talking and bragging about how well you treat her. You have a problem of control if you don't believe your woman, ownership and possession should have friends. That is borderline, whatever. Not saying that. That is wrong. That is, if you don't think your significant other should have friends, that is a problem. That is a, even if you are like just saying it and you haven't thought it through, the fact that your initial thought is to isolate the person you're with from other communities and communities of other people is weird. And the truth is, part of the problem, I think, let me get into my relationship advice giving bag. I don't believe all your needs should be filled by one person. I don't think it's possible. I think your family and friends are there for different aspects of what you need and how you engage. It is wrong, in my opinion, to put all the burden of making you feel happy and secure and amazing and loved and all of that, to put that on one person. You need a full life, and your significant other, in my opinion, is just a part of said life. Now, I know it's difficult because when I get into a relationship, I cocoon myself off. If I'm in a relationship, I like cocooning myself, but I've now grown to like a secure attachment style where I know that my family is there. I need to talk to my family. I need to talk to my mom. I need to talk to my brother. I need to talk to my dad. I need to invest in my cousins and my relationships with my family. I also need to talk with my friends, go out for drinks with my friends, go to do things with my friends outside of being with my partner. And then my partner and I do whatever we do. But I am not, no, don't do that. It also helps with a breakup. It also helps with a breakup. If you had a full life and your significant other is a part of that life, it is so much easier because every aspect of your life was not predicated on being with that one person. That one person was not who you spend every waking moment with. Look, my plan is always from now on is an exit strategy. It's gonna always be an exit strategy. You're not gonna try me down. I need to be able to go and I need to be able to have a clean cut. Because like when I'm in a relationship, in my mind, I just want everything to work and I give so much. But when it's done, I've given everything I got. So a period. It's going to be a regular Sunday. It might be a weird Wednesday because Wednesdays we were probably doing date nights. So that Wednesday might be weird. But every day of the week isn't going to be weird because every day of the week was not spent with you. Sorry.
Because they get to see you go on these nice dates and all of this shit.
I'd be so split down the middle with
Yeah,
that
because
Vaughn,
some
baby.
friends really like to
The
be
reason
by
why
themselves.
I-
They just freaks.
Because
I'ma tell you- I'ma
when
tell
I
you
tell
right
you,
now.
Vaughn, I'm the type of person I personally don't give a fuck about nobody.
But that's you. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I don't get.
And I
don't
can
know
put my
why.
life. I'll put my
don't-
life on this.
Okay.
Any of her friends that ever said something bad about anything we ever been through, let her leave. I guarantee if I ever tried to fuck him, I could.
And you probably have a valid point,
I
but
put
I'm
that
just
on my
saying.
life.
I'm saying as a whole, like me personally, I don't know why some people, and that's not even a man or woman thing. It's just a people thing. I don't know why sometimes people get rooted in their ego, thinking somebody give a fuck about their relationship.
But that's you.
No, and that's a lot of people. But what it is you have to understand when you care for someone and you love someone, and this person is dearest to your heart. Again, not even just a man or woman thing, just a human being thing. And you are coming to me, whether it's because I get both sides of the spectrum. Whether you're going to your uncle, your auntie, and you're expressing yourself because everybody needs somebody to talk to. Everybody needs somebody to dump their issues out on outside of the relationship. You need that in your life. If I'm coming to you and I'm telling you what's going on in my relationship, is it not valid sometimes what the fuck they be saying?
It is.
Why does it have to be rooted in me wanting to give a fuck? I don't give a fuck about your relationship. And that, I
I
may
get
be speaking
you.
from my point of view.
No, I get
Because me personally, it's so easy to get why people that's in a relationship think somebody be jealous of them. Do you know how I could go and grab a dog and get a relationship with a dog? I could go to a field and grab a cow and get in a relationship with a cow. Why do people be thinking somebody is jealous of their relationship?
I get you.
Especially a relationship that ain't shit.
That's why I don't think a relationship. I just think that they don't need to have those type of friends.
No,
I don't
get
think
you.
they're jealous, so to speak, but I think that.
But you're
No.
speaking from your point of view.
Got it. You right.
At the end of the day, you still a man. You ain't a woman, and you don't really know how these females be thinking. I'm gonna tell you right
That's
now,
valid.
women, no matter how much they pop this city girl shit, no matter how much they try to do all that,
That's valid too.
they still want to be with somebody.
Absolutely. That
And
I can agree
goddamn
on.
it,
Wouldn't that defeat your whole argument? Wouldn't that? Oh my God.
it could be the ugliest nigga, but if they see that girl happy and this nigga doing shit that she won't, but she'll act like she don't want it to throw her friend out, they do that shit all the time. And I guarantee
That's a fact.
them girls be, bruh, it be a lot more than you think. Them homegirls be really be wanting to
And I think what I said just now too, I am speaking from my point of view.
You speaking from
Because
your point
I
of view.
am the type of, I would literally tell him in front of his spouse. I would tell him in front of the girl, you're wrong. I don't give a fuck if you my friend or not.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. You're wrong. Period. So I'm speaking, and it's not about me giving a fuck about your relationship. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
about
but
your
like I said, at the end
relationship.
of the day, you still a man, so you don't really.
So I've gotten a reputation for being too blunt. Someone actually asked me a question. I can't say what the question was. And before I answered, they just said, no, never mind. I don't want I don't want to hear it. And then they went to someone else and asked the same question because they got like it wasn't a lie, but it wasn't the real answer. So apparently I have a reputation for just being honest. So period.
Understand their mindset is, and their structure is different.
You're right.
They always pop this independent one, but at the end of the day, they still want a nigga. A woman's ultimate goal is to be married and have a family and have kids.
But
Niggas
you know-
don't praise that marriage
and-
shit.
and
You know what I'm
that's-
saying? We
that
ain't
is-
going to our homeboy like, hey, bro, I just got engaged. I just got married. No, you be like, yeah, bro, I asked her to marry
That's
me.
true for a lot of chicks, but a lot of I've had a shorty before, and she just was just like a nympho. Like I don't think she really wanted to be with nobody because she was pretty as fuck. And I used to really think like I really wanted to be with her for real. I wanted to be with her so badly, and I was with her.
Yeah, why didn't y'all tell me he was gonna tell us what happened to him? This woman played with this man. See, y'all can't be doing this. Y'all, the women who are like beautiful and amazing, y'all can't be doing because now y'all hurt this man, and this man thought he had a chance, and you told him he didn't. I don't know if that's what happened, but I'm assuming because he's like she's and the thing and. He really wanted to be with her, so I'm assuming she was like, girl, no. It doesn't mean she didn't want to be with anyone, by the way. It just meant she didn't want to be with you. And you need to deal with that.
For a little, but I realized she was just
A freak.
a freak. She just wanted to fuck. Like that's
Everybody
what she
or just you?
everybody. Like, and when I met her, I wanted to change her life so bad.
I got a friend.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to
Ooh.
stop
Your mama
them,
ain't never
like,
told you you
oh, I
can't
wanna
change
be
the
with
hoe to a housewife?
And I tried it, and I tried it.
Nope. You're calling her all kinds of names. That sounds weird that you would, if she's doing all of this, that you wanted her and she didn't. It sounded like she just didn't want to settle with you. She didn't want to settle for you. She might not have wanted to pay 50-50, which was probably the problem.
I think I did a good job for a little while, but realistically, when I thought about it, I'm like, this bitch is a freak. Like, she didn't want that family life. She didn't want that house in the picket fence.
That's a broken woman, though. She probably was traumatized by something.
She could have been traumatized, but that's why I think like a lot of them be traumatized today.
Yeah.
So now I really don't want my shorty with no friends.
And that's probably the woman that broke his heart. That now he making these hoes go 50-50 because he tried to change that.
I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, she's definitely a part of
that. That was the one that did it to him.
Okay, this is nice. This is the first step. He might be able to be saved if he go to therapy. He's owning it. I promise you I didn't watch this part of the video. Didn't know. I feel like y'all should come up here with your problems and I should pretend like I'm a therapist. Yeah. I don't even go about talking about who hurt you, but the way he was talking, I just picked up on it very quickly. I was like, yeah, no, he insecure. He afraid these women go leave him and don't want him and go to the next one because he's been hurt before. Like, I saw right through him. The whole thing was made of glass. Nicki Minaj. Windex. Like, we could see through that. We all saw through that. We saw the insecurity looking right back at us. What? Can one of the moderators put April May in timeout? April May needs to be in timeout in a corner somewhere. April May need to be in timeout. She never.
Everybody who I date now, they.
Man. Nine, I can't. Oh my God.
Tell me, whoever it is, I want to find them to stomp on them because they are putting us through
heart,
that. But it's like
what you said though,
they didn't really break my heart. It's just more so like now I just know like
he has to feel like she need to bring the same.
Yes, you got.
I'm talking about the standpoint of like friends being jealous.
Oh God,
that is so because I have so many.
Used to really think like I really wanted to be with her for real. I wanted to be with her so badly, and I was with her for a little bit. But I realized she was just a freak. She just wanted to fuck. Like that's
everybody or just you?
Everybody. Like when I met her, I wanted to change her life so bad.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to stop.
Your mama ain't never told you to change the whole to a housewife.
And I tried it. And I tried it. I think I did a good job for a little while. But realistically, when I thought about it, I'm like, this bitch is a freak. Like she didn't want that family life. She didn't want that house in the picket fence.
That's a broken woman though. She probably was traumatized by something.
She could have been traumatized. But that's why I think like a lot of them be traumatized today.
Yeah.
So now I really don't want my shorty with no friends.
And that's probably the woman that broke his heart. And now he making these hoes go 50-50 because he tried to change that.
I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, she's definitely a part of
that. That was the one that did it to him.
Everybody who I date now, they tell me whoever it is, I want to find them to stomp on them. They are putting us through that. But it's like
what you said though,
they didn't really break my heart. It's just more so like now I just know like
he has to feel like she need to bring the same.
Yes, you got.
I'm talking.
So he meant that first and foremost. So he did mean you have to pay because this one was trying to clean it up, pretend like he didn't say that. But he said that. He did say something else that's interesting. He said, now when he dates women, they say, who broke your heart? Because they need to go find that person and whatever. So you are showing up to these new relationships as a broken person. Got it. Got it. You need help. You don't need to be dating anyone causing more harm. You need to go get help.
About the standpoint of like friends being jealous.
Oh God,
that is so because I have so many friends that I love in a sense, not too much heavy on the love, but I do love to be that person for my friends that's in relationships because I really genuinely be trying to give like both standpoints. I am not the person just because I'm your friend that you could call me and I'm just gonna agree and say, oh, I think you're right. No, I'm far. You know that personally. I'm far from that person. I want to let you know in front of your spouse. So I want your spouse to know too. Like, no, I don't disagree because this person is my friend. I think you're wrong. I think you should do this. I think you should. And a lot of people are not rooted in that because people do really be jealous.
Yeah.
And just like you said, because at the end of the day, even for somebody like me, I'm comfortable being single. I pay my own bills. But even for me, when you lay down at night, the ultimate goal is to have somebody. I am good being by myself. Don't think I'm home crying because I don't got a nigga right there because I can have more to prove. But at the end of the day, that is the end goal, to have somebody. And when you see somebody that has that and they have potential in their relationship, it's like sometimes you try to get them out of that shit so that they can be back outside with you.
It's not even that they purposely, I'm not saying intentionally they are there.
Sometimes they do, child.
And then sometimes it is. But you got to understand, like, sometimes people just, them homegirls be really slick haters, bro. Like, and it may be your homeboys too. Niggas do the same shit. A nigga see me with mine and they be looking at me like,
that's true.
This nigga bad bitch.
Let me ask you this before we wrap up though. What about, this is a real question. What about people who go, if I'm in a relationship with Bill, and Bill is actually really doing me wrong, and I go and share that with my sister Brittany, and my sister Brittany is telling me to leave him because he's not a good person. He is a dog. What is wrong with her talent?
No, it's nothing wrong with that.
No. We
talking about some total. We talking about
what I'm saying. So maybe sometimes it don't be jealousy or hate.
What I'm
it
saying
really
is,
just be you be wanting maybe better for your friend.
Let me say mine first,
right
right
quick.
quick.
Really even put that advice out there because the thing
Why
is,
not?
what is?
No, if he cheating on her, he dogging her out.
No, that's not the only thing that's a deal breaker in a relationship.
No, I'm just saying, what is your scale of doing her
That's
wrong?
what I'm trying to say.
So I'm saying,
is
like,
beating her ass,
like mistreating her.
What's mistreating? Because you're mistreating for women. It's real high.
Well, yeah,
women got to be like.
Because I've been learning a lot,
like
and I learned
got to be lit. Like the flowers got to be there every day.
I learned
I'm open every door.
A couple I learned a lot from was Krishan and Blue. Actually, watching their show, I learned so much in just that little series of those 7 episodes. I love my girls, but they don't be innocent. I'm not oblivious or stupid or delusional to that. I know they don't be innocent. That's why I love to get both sides because I know they don't be innocent. But I'm saying, like, if I actually came to you and I said, Vaughn, this is what I'm going through at home.
You should never tell. I don't feel like you should never tell her to leave. I feel like at the end of the day, you have to give her advice. Real advice, not some single shit advice, not because you may hate this nigga now advice, because she hate this nigga advice. You need to give her some real advice.
That's right.
And when you give her that real advice, that's really unbiased at the end of the day.
Yes.
Because if she say he doing all this and that, I'm like, well, damn, girl, you should probably ask her, well, damn, what did you do?
That's me. And I love to
How did you handle that? Did you ever, he don't sit down and listen to me and talk to me, but damn, do you ever sit down and listen and ask him what's wrong with him?
And you know
what I'm saying?
The reason this is weird to hear is I have never, ever had an interaction with a friend who is telling me about their relationship where they don't start off with how they were wrong. So, like, I don't know. This part I will kind of like step back from because usually I have to stop my friends from like quote unquote ruminating and get to like, what did this person do to you? Because they will make all these excuses and they never tell it like, oh, he's just a terrible person. They generally kind of tell the story in like putting themselves in the worst light that they can. And I think that might be just like maybe a lawyer thing. I don't know. But most of my friends who are attorney tend to do this, where they're like just explaining how bad they could have been, and then they tell me what happened. So I do know, and I've seen this on like movies that people go, oh, he's this and he's that, and not like really expressing how they were wrong. But I've never had that in my experience. So I don't know. Like I usually could give good advice because I tend to get the best pictures, painting my friends usually in the worst light that they could find themselves in.
So you gotta be unbiased and give her some real advice. But at the end of the day, you could tell her to leave this nigga. But at the end of the day, she's not gonna leave. And then when they do fix their situation, you on the outside, you hate this nigga, and now he like, man, don't bring your little hating ass friend around us. Now you the friend on the outside.
Also, unless it's like some straight up abuse, I don't tell people to leave. That's not usually. I don't, because you can't tell me to, like, if I'm your friend and I'm with someone, you can't tell me when to leave, but you can tell me things, but like, I leave when I want. So I assume you do the same. So my opinion is this person's a terrible person. I don't like them and I don't want to be around them, but have fun.
Yes, that's so true. Don't I? So that's
don't ever be that
I say that shit all. That's why I do not get. When I tell you heavy on not getting, I genuinely like to tell.
I know somebody that be like, oh, Well, I don't got nothing to do with it.
Ja!
It's okay.
And you know what I always
If they
say
come back
too?
tomorrow,
You know,
I just want to be.
I always say that. And you know what I say too when I may be talking to my friends? I always say, hey, outside of you wanting to be the victim, I always say that shit. I say, because subconsciously, as people, we love to be a victim.
And girls, they love to want to call somebody and make their wrongs right. And I try, and
they do it all the time.
and it's not even like it's not a.
What do you mean girls want to make their wrongs right? All these podcasts popping up are like blaming. You literally said, the person talking currently, you literally just said, if a man lies to you to get whatever, he's not wrong. It's the woman who is wrong for falling for the lies. But you want me to expect that you believe that women are out here trying to make their wrongs sound right. You literally are justifying that. No, trash.
A women bashing thing for me. It's just women have to learn. Women
That's
hate taking accountability. They hate being wrong because, like I said, it comes from an emotional state.
You can say this. You can talk about accountability after you blame the woman for the man lying to her. You can't do that. You cannot talk about accountability after blaming the woman for believing the man who you said lied to her. Can't do it. Nope.
They don't want to humble themselves and say, "Damn, baby, you was right. I fucked up. I shouldn't have did this. I should have listened."
He got a point,
So
y'all.
they have to understand it's not about. You just got to be vulnerable in some points. You got to know. That's why we say you got to learn your position. You got to learn when to shut the fuck up. Because if you shut the fuck up sometime, you will hear a lot of shit that you think he ain't talking and he ain't listening. No, baby, we listening to you. But at the end of the day, you ain't listening. You ain't comprehending. You ain't seeing what's going on in the room. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta. This is just fine line. You really women just gotta.
Okay, I want to retract something. At some point, I thought he had said earlier that he went to prison. Drop a one if you remember this man in the white shirt saying he went to prison or jail or something. Because I've been referring to him as someone who went to prison or jail, and I don't remember hearing it, but I remember hearing it on the Discord. Am I mistaken? Drop a one if he said it. Drop a two if like I just made that up. So drop a one if he said he went to jail. Not that you want him to go to jail, but so he did. I'm looking at, sorry, I don't know why I'm paused. All right, I see a couple of ones. So he did say that because, like, I'm like pretty sure. All right, he was in person. All right, good. Not good. That's a bad thing. But like, I heard him say it, but I didn't hear it live. I heard it while I was listening, and I was like, where is it? And I definitely didn't make it this far.
Really learn how to humble themselves and really understand what's going on because they want to call somebody and make their wrongs right. And you got to find good friends that'll give you good advice.
Yes, that's
not biased
I have
advice.
no
'Cause a
response
lot
to
of
that.
times those friends are the friends that want your man, want something like your man. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I done been in situations where it was the girlfriend telling her to do that, leave, and this nigga ain't shit. He ain't gonna never be shit, and this, that, and the third. And she didn't even have to leave. I left. And then, needless to say, I'm out one night. That friend see me, and she acting like we the best of friends. Where you finna go tonight? Oh, I'm finna come. Like, bitch, what you mean? We ain't cool like that.
That's normal.
Oh, you can't never tell her I saw you
That's
tonight.
normal.
Why you trying to have a secret with me now?
Like
That's normal.
Why you trying to have an inside secret with me tonight?
Because you remember you went through that firsthand.
That shit crazy.
That's so true. That is.
real.
It
I
is.
did that.
And that's why, man, when I tell you I make it my biz, I don't play that. Because I don't ever want nobody to think I'm jealous of their relationship. I'm in the middle of their relationship. I don't play them type of games. I'm content with myself. And I do know, like I tell you all the time, what I've learned, and especially from Krishan and Blue, it's always two sides to the story. You can't just go with three. You're right. Heavy on the three. You cannot just go with one side, the woman's side or the man's side, because sometimes both of them be having real valid points.
Yeah, because I feel like nobody's wrong. It's just everybody's perception.
Right.
You gotta understand.
No. Don't equalize it. You're definitely wrong. Nope, you're definitely wrong. Nobody's wrong. Nope, you're wrong. You are wrong. You are wrong when you said that if the man lies to you to sleep with you, that he's not wrong. You are wrong for not knowing. You are wrong.
So you gotta understand, we all grew up differently. We all live in a different type of household. We was raised differently. But when we come together, we comprehend shit differently, and we have a different perception.
That's so true.
But we're gonna wrap this up. I want to say yes, my anniversary for my 1 year being shot and almost losing my life is tomorrow. And I also wanted to say this, man. Back to when I was trying to say, we all got to be grounded on something. And I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like the world we missing that godly guidance. Everybody being guided by rappers and athletes and all these people on TV, and there's really no guidance in life. And that's crazy.
Think about godly guidance. I mean, that's not even...
No, I'm being for real. No shade. I ain't even talking about nobody personally.
No, he don't want to open up those doors with me.
No, I just feel like we need godly guidance. We need real structure or be grounded in something.
That they will crucify me in the comments. Leave it alone.
I know. We had a dope person here last week that kind of...
No, but I'm for real.
All right, yeah, you right.
We need some real godly guidance.
Here we go again.
And it's because I feel like everybody's trying to choose their own destiny.
I don't care what this man have to say about God, because they're not talking about my God, because he can't be talking about my God when he just said there's nothing wrong with lying if you want to sleep with a woman, which is obviously before marriage. So you can't be talking about my God. So I don't care about this. You can't say there's nothing wrong with lying. You can't do that and then go to God. Like you can't. That don't make no sense. Someone said, no, no shade. He's one of the girls. I'm not Anywho, thank you all for being here with me. I have nothing more to add. Useless sense. So like there are three people, useless in some sense. So that's that on that. I appreciate y'all for being here. The after show is coming up, and period. Bye. FYI, for all of you, thank you all. There's no other breakdown. If you signed up for the debate, we are going to have our first meeting this Thursday. If you have not, please check your email. If you do not, we're just moving forward with the people who have already followed the instructions in the email, where you sign up for the time where we are going to meet on Zoom, and you also put down some information on a chart. I will send out a reminder today, but you have to get it done before Thursday. I might extend it to Sunday, as that will be another time where I host another meeting. But it is very, very, very important that you follow the instructions. Again, this is the only real reminder I am doing, because we're just going to power on as if everyone has signed up and that the people who have followed the instructions are the only people left. I have tried to communicate, but like, I just can't communicate individually with people. So please check your email. The email that you signed up for the debate with is the email that we're using. Check that, type in debate, and our debate tournament, our theme is Enthos debate tournament in your search bar if you have a lot of emails, and follow the instructions. And also please check your emails. All right, that is it. That is all. I will see you guys tomorrow. Please show up for the podcast. We're going to talk about Jonah Hill, because people say he's abusive. We're going to talk about bad parenting. This lady dragged her daughter across the yard. And we also have a bonus topic that we will be talking about. So hopefully you guys are there. I'm excited for it, and I look forward to seeing you all there. Oh, Sam Smith. We're going to talk about Sam Smith and him being a provocateur and his concert where we're going to talk about Sam Smith. Yes, we definitely are going to talk about Sam Smith. I completely forgot about that. All right. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful night, everyone. Bye. You guys prevented me from going to the gym, but I enjoyed being here with you. So thank you.